course he is. Oh, yeah! Of course he is.
Sorry about the false start there, everybody. Trying to do my best rookie right tackle impression. What's up, chat room? Kill Jadis, Atticus B. Rockin', Matthew Mangus, Lee B. B. Al, Paul.
Hi, I'm Paul.
Tyrone Graves. Oh, that reminds me of something. Okay. Are we ready for this?
Let's do the damn thing,
Who
Brad.
wants to talk about 3-1?
Just press the damn button, nerd.
All right, all right. All right, here we go. Let's kick off this episode number 220 of Raiders Fan Radio.
Jackpot, baby. Raiders Fan Radio.
Oakland, LA, Oakland, Vegas, Raider Nation, wherever, forever. You got your old Uncle Mosh and Raiders Fan Radio from Murph's Man Cave, taking a lighter journey into the dark side. Sit back, put your feet up, pop a top, and enjoy the ride. Here we go!
Look left, look right, select the top, a leaping pass, touchdown!
We miss you, we love you, and we'll see you in the Hall of Fame.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby.
Way up the middle, intercepted Filipiano at the 50, time running down. Oakland football, and I think Oakland victory.
The Oakland Raiders have scored on the most zany, unbelievable, absolutely impossible dream of a play.
Well, I love this team. I think this team can win. I think this team can win.
You are listening live to Raiders Fan Radio, hosted by Murph, Uncle Mosh, and Swag Jeff. Take it away, guys.
Thank you, Brent Musburger, and welcome to this episode number 220 of Raiders Fan Radio. What is up, Raider Nation? My name is Murph.
Hi, Murph.
And I'm a Raider fan. I've been a Raider fan for 48 years, and I can't quit.
Hi, Murph.
Welcome to your support network here, to the chat room and everybody else that's listening to this show. We are here to lift each other up because the Raiders let us down on Monday night, which we're going to get to plenty of that. Of course, we're going to talk about a little bit of a rough game on prime time on the brightest stage there for Monday Night Football. Plenty of talk about that. We will get to that in just a little bit. And if you want to hear us really go into it, Swag Jeff Jeff and I did a little RFR rundown just about the Raider-Charger game. So if you look for Raiders Fan Radio in your podcast feed, just by searching Raiders Fan Radio, Apple, Google, iHeart, Stitcher, any of the podcast services, you can find us, and you can hear us kind of drown in some misery around the game. Of course, we keep it as lighthearted as possible, but man, that was a little bit rough. So anyways, check that out on your podcast feed, and thank you to all of the new folks that have subscribed to us and are listening to us via Just Blog Baby on the Fansided Network. We appreciate you very, very much, and we appreciate Fansided and Just Blog Baby support and their endorsement. excuse me, and their endorsement of us here at Raiders Fan Radio. And if you're listening on the website, please do us a favor. Like I said, find us on any of those podcast services and hit that subscribe button. It helps out everything that we do around here, which is our main focus about with this show nowadays. We raise money for charity. We raise money for Raiders-related charities, and we have a great time talking about the Raiders, having a lot of fun in the process. So if you wouldn't mind, hit us with that support, please. Doesn't cost you nothing. Just give us the old thumbs up. Give us a review. Tell your Raider friends, all that good stuff. And again, thank you for all the new folks and the folks at Just Blog Baby and Fansided. And just to give you an idea, we've been kind of looking around at a lot of the Just Blog Baby stuff lately since we partnered with them. A lot of great articles on there. So definitely go out and support some of the writers like Khaled Abdallah. He has an article out there this week called The Studs and Duds, kind of looking back over at the Raiders game on Monday night. And it's just a nice, quick read, very well done. And so support those folks and what they do over there at Just Blog Baby. All right, so as I mentioned, my name is Murph.
Hi, Murph.
And I would like to welcome to the Fan Cave my real-life uncle, the man who helped birth me into the Raider Nation, the man that's the legendary one that sits to my right. He sits at the Western Annex of the Murph's Fan Cave desk. He is the one and only Uncle Mosh.
Yeah.
What's up, Uncle Mosh?
Man, I tell you, it's been a rough couple of days. But I'll tell you what.
Yes.
I'd rather be sitting 3-1
Yes.
than 1-3.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? Because we have been 1-3.
Yeah.
We've been
0-4.
We've been 0-4. But hey, and we have all talked about it. Raider Nation in nauseam has talked about we're going to lose one. Now, it's more important to see how we bounce back.
Amen.
From this loss.
Amen.
Amen.
So, and something that really important and a lesson I got from you was that, when it comes to sports especially, it's important to learn how to lose. And look, I'm not sitting here trying to make Pollyanna out of this. Look,
absolutely.
I understand we lost on the biggest of stages, and I understand how hurt we are as fans. One of the things I learned from you is that, look, in life, and we learned this through coaching. I mean, you taught me this through coaching. In life, you're going to lose. You're going to get passed over for a job promotion. The girl that you like isn't going to want to go out with you. The school you want to get into, you're not going to get selected for. You're going to lose in things. So it's important in the scheme of sports to learn how to lose. Now, you don't have to like it. We don't want you to like it. We don't want to embrace the idea of losing, but it's kind of part of it, right? So let's not do it a bunch because we want to make the playoffs.
No.
But it's not the end of the world yet, is it, Mosh?
The wheel has no memory.
Amen.
Come on.
Come on.
My gambling friends know what I'm talking about.
That's right. That's right.
It's there was a great scene in a play. I think it was called Gildenhurst and Rosencrantz and Gildenhurst. Blah blah blah. Anyway, about flipping a quarter. And it's 365 times in a row. Okay, what's the odds that the next one's going to be the same thing that's come up the other 300? The odds haven't changed.
The odds haven't changed.
The odds haven't changed.
That's right. No memory, man. Don't get too far up. Don't get too far down. And absolutely. So let me welcome in the third man to the booth, into the booth tonight. So speaking of just really steady, not a lot of emotion.
No emotion.
Very stoic.
No memory.
Very metered.
No memory. From the kid that has the best memory of anybody I've ever met. No memory.
So let's welcome the most emotionally balanced of the three of us, the man that adorns the Southern Annex of the Western Annex of the Murph's Fan Cave desk. He is Swag Jeff.
Yeah.
What's up,
yeah.
Swaggo?
Oh my gosh, I missed you guys last week.
Oh my gosh, where you been?
Holy cow. Well, first and foremost, I'm a dad.
Yes,
I'm a husband and I'm a dad. And so my wife, who was super busy last week, had all the wedding stuff. If you don't know, my wife's a wedding planner. She's amazing at her job. She worked like 1 million hours last week. So I couldn't come play. But I missed you guys.
Can I tell a story about you?
Yes, why
So
not?
I talked.
You're going to tell it anyway, so it
You're
doesn't
going to
matter.
tell it anyways. Yeah.
I talked to you, and this is what a great dad you are. I talked to you on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I think it was Wednesday. I don't remember. I said, "What are you doing, Swag?" "Oh, I got my kids. Man, we just went into Target." "Why'd you do that, Swag?" "I needed to pick up some baggies or something." I can't remember what you said. "Oh, how'd that go?"
There's weed.
Yeah. He was breaking up a pound. I said, "So how'd that go for you?" And he goes, "Well, $176 later, and every toy Target has."
Yeah.
But
right.
and I go, "Why'd you do that?" And he goes, "Because I can."
Absolutely.
And my kids
Yeah.
wanted them.
And I can't say no to my kids.
No.
I can't say no to my kids.
And we're on the radio, but oh my gosh, I wouldn't be able to say no to them. You got the cutest little
Cutest
kids.
babies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Absolutely.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah. Thank goodness they look like your wife.
Hey.
All right,
Hey,
it's a-
you're not kidding. You're not
hey.
kidding about that.
All right, so we got a lot to get to tonight, Raider Nation. So here at the top of the show, we normally jump right into a couple of different things, but I want to throw out a disclaimer tonight. So as you see, I'm wearing the number 24, representing the of course the great one, the GOAT, Charles Woodson. Swaggo's got his number 24 on over there. Swaggo's got some Intercept wine and some Woodson whiskey over there behind him because tomorrow is Charles Woodson's birthday. And so we are going to take some time tonight all throughout the show, and we're going to do different things to celebrate the great one and, of course, his recent induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. But we just want to celebrate the greatness of Charles and what he did as a Raider. And one of the ways that we're going to do that is that, one, we're going to taste Woodson whiskey tonight.
Live on the air.
Live on the air. We're going to do that. And then we're going to give away one of these autographed Intercept bottles of wine, Uncle Mosh. We're going to, if you would like to show that to the audience, please. So for those of you on the audio podcast, Uncle Mosh is holding up a bottle of Intercept Pinot Noir that was autographed by Charles Woodson. There's no, what do you call it? The
certificate of authenticity?
Yeah, we didn't need it because I followed Charles around Nashville as he was signing these things. So I assure you it's the real thing.
Yep.
But anyways, we're going to be auctioning that off tonight. 100% of the proceeds from that auction will go to the One Nation Foundation. For those of you that are familiar with this show, you know how this works. You make a donation in the super chat. For every $10 increment, we will throw a poker chip in a bucket. And then at the end of the night, we will draw and give that autograph bottle away. And again, we're going to be celebrating Charles all night tonight while we do everything else that we normally do around here, which is, of course, talking about the Raiders-Chargers game. We're going to really dig into the Joey Bosa comments and the kind of the impact and the ripple effect of that. At the end of the show, we hear from you because more of you and less of us is a good thing. So we're going to check in with Raider Nation and what we call the Sea of Fans mailbag. We're going to give respect here at the top of the show. But before we do any of that, Swag Jeff always takes our episode number and ties that back into something significant in Raider Nation. So this is episode number 220. Swag Jeff, what do you got?
Take a break, buddy. Catch a breath, man.
Yeah, your face is as red as Swaggy.
I've said 7 words tonight, and Mosh has said 6.
Well, I got a lot to say, Jeff.
Ease up, man. You're going to be all right.
Slow down there, hot dog.
Hey, take another swig of that drink, bro.
All right, I will.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so yes, as Murph said, it is episode number 220. It is episode 220, and every episode I take a significant moment in Raider Nation and relate it back to the episode number. And I got 2 for you tonight, guys.
You got 2 220s?
I got 2 220s, man.
So the first, to buy one, get one.
Yeah, so the first one, we're going all the way back to 1967.
Ooh, nice.
1967, and we're going to be talking about everyone's favorite quarterback in 1967.
The Mad Bomber?
The Mad Bomber,
Let's go,
Darren
baby.
Waller.
Let's go.
Let's go. It's his first season in silver and black.
Yes, because Flores was
Maybe
before
mine.
that.
Absolutely. First season in silver and black. Pro Bowl season. All-Pro season. 13-1 record as a starting quarterback. 3,228 yards and 30 touchdowns through the air. He completed 220 passes.
Nice,
Yes,
Jeff. Well
absolutely.
done.
But-
well done.
But
there's more.
there's more, man, because it's Charles Woodson night.
It is. It's Woodson
Charles
Day.
You gotta
Woodson
throw
night, man.
Woodson in
It's
there.
GOAT night here in the Fan Cave. And so we're going to be talking about, of course, our favorite number 24, Charles Woodson. He had 2 stints with the Raiders. Everyone knows that.
Yes.
He disappeared for a little bit, and it didn't matter where he went, but he came
didn't
home.
care.
He came home. But during his first stint, he was drafted for the Raiders. His first stint, he had 469 tackles, 15 of those for loss, 14 forced fumbles. 4 fumble recoveries, 5.5 sacks, 3-time All-Pro, 3-time Pro Bowler. He had 17 interceptions in his first stint with the Raiders, 2 of those going to the house. He had 220 interception return yards.
Whoa!
Nice.
Nicely done, Jeff.
Well, yeah.
Done, Swaggy J.
That's a good one, dude.
Absolutely.
Nicely done. All right, Uncle Mosh, let's hit some contact information. Actually,
I want to shout out what's going on in the chat, please.
Please do. I've talked enough.
So, you have.
We're going to stop him.
We need to just start cutting
Fill
him
me
off.
up with some of that Woodson whiskey over there, and I'll shut up all right.
Will do. So Tyrone Graves had a $5 donation in there. I can't scroll all the way up to see his comment. Aaron the Q-Dog Raider now with $20 donation. RFR drives a hard bargain, so up my ante to $20.
Nice.
He had originally donated $5. We're going to do 15 more. So now Aaron the Q-Dog Raider is poker chip number 1. He has 2 entries for this signed intercept wine by Woodson Whiskey, and then Joshua Maldonado comes in with a $20 donation as well. So Joshua
Maldonado is out of it.
Okay, Maldonado.
That's all right.
What did I say?
You said Maldonado. It's Mald.
My buddy Josh here in the chat, he's also got $20.
It's going to be one of those kind of nights already, I can tell.
Yeah, so poker chip number 2.
Yeah,
we need to break out this whiskey.
Yeah, we haven't even started getting loopy yet.
Woo! Hey, Raider Nation, you got your old Uncle Mosh here with an updated contact info. So sit up, zip up, shut up, and pay attention. You can call us at 909-345-3346. Or as Murph would say it,
909-345-3346.
How about emailing me? You want to email me? Email me at show@RaidersFanRadio.com. Or what about reaching out to us on some of that social media stuff Swaggy likes? Try Facebook at Raiders Fan Radio Podcast, the Twit at Twitter at Raiders Fan Radio, Insta something, Instagram at Raiders Fan Radio, the tiki-tiki-taki-talk, TikTok at Raiders Fan Radio. Or what about the Twitch? Some of you out there twitching. Anyway, Twitch at Raiders Fan Radio. Or if you don't like that, go to the YouTube. America, go to the YouTube. YouTube.com/Raiders Fan Radio. Oh my God, if that wasn't enough, go to your podcast provider and search Raiders Fan Radio. Holy crap, that was a lot.
Good. All right. All right. Appreciate you, Uncle Mosh. Appreciate everybody that's in there in the chat. I see Pirate 1975 has entered into the foray with a $9.99 in there, which earns him a poker chip. And he says 220. Andy Reid's left ass cheek. 3-1 with 4 winnable next games. Let's go.
Nice.
Right on, man. Absolutely, man. We got a very winnable schedule coming up here. These next 4 are very winnable games. But a lot of folks in there. Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, of course. Our good buddy QB Jeff from Domenico's. Patronize Domenico's, please, out there in Alameda and also here in Middle Tennessee. Best Italian deli food and sandwiches there is. Sandwiches, as they say. Mike Crowd is in there. Paul Edgerton, Michelle Sweat, Adam Hill. Appreciate everybody jumping in and joining us for this episode number 220. All right, so at the top of the show, we like to give respect. Before I give respect, I want to give a little bit of a shout out to the second show that's on the network. That is our buddy Rich Schmelter, who is the author of the Raiders Encyclopedia. He's got a show that he does called Silver and Black Flashback, and that new episode will be out tonight. That is episode number 10, and it is about the Raiders relocating to Los Angeles. So very timely there and topical, and good job by Rich, and he does a great job on that show with us. All right, let's give respect. There's only one name we're going to give respect to tonight.
One name.
It's the GOATs, Charles Woodson,
Come
fellas.
on,
Let's go.
Absolutely.
Let's go. Let's give it up, chat room. Let's give it up for the greatest that, it's tough to say the greatest DB for the Raiders because when you got players like, Willie Brown, of course, and then, one of our favorites, Jack Tatum, like there's a lot of great DB, Mike Haynes, Lester Hayes, like so many great DBs. But I think as far as it like epitomizes what it was and is to be a Raider.
Right.
Mosh, you're an old school guy. Can you think of anybody any better than Charles Woodson?
Everybody in the whole world knows my all-time favorite Raider was Otis Sistrunk.
Yes.
But I had some really close seconds. Gene Upshaw.
Yeah.
Kenny.
Of course,
we met him. Fred.
Yes.
Tatum, Atkinson. You know, I mean, I could go on and on, and I'm just calling out Oakland guys. You know,
Phil
Villapiano. You know, Mark Van Egan.
Yeah. Oh, you always loved number 30.
I love Van Egan. You know, so, but, you know, Jack Tatum. I mean, there's just, there's so many. But, you know, when you get that one guy that just does it for you, you know, Woodson, man, it's just, what can you say?
Well, yeah.
I think he just epitomizes it, and especially, too, on the heels of Willie Brown passing away, who, like, because Willie was like, he was the ambassador for Raider Nation.
He was the ambassador,
you know what
sure.
I mean? And so with Charles taking up the mantle of, you know, doing the draft pick announcements and celebrating Mother's Day and all that stuff, don't you feel, Swaggo, like, is there anybody to you?
Yeah, I mean, he's taken up the mantle as, you know, the guy that, you know, he's, you know, they call Tim Brown Mr. Raider, but I mean, the guy's like the spokesman for the Raiders amongst, you know, former players, you know, fans and all that stuff.
He's more front facing than what Timmy B is. Like Timmy B, obviously, and that's a great call out.
Yeah.
And even Howie Long, like there's a lot of guys still that really represent Raider Nation, but Charles is out there doing it all the time.
Absolutely.
You know, so
absolutely.
Absolutely. So much respect to him.
So before we do respect,
sure.
Let's do a proper toast to the man.
Oh,
let's do a proper.
Are we going to do our tasting?
Right.
We're going to do a tasting, man. Yeah, we're gonna pour some glasses. We're gonna have some Woodson whiskey neat style.
I'm gonna come over there and help.
Okay, all right.
Good.
Y'all go.
And this is an unopened bottle now.
While you're doing that, while you're prepping that, I'll go ahead and let's hit our first little bit of celebration. Let's go ahead and listen to some highlights and some things around Charles Woodson's career as a Raider.
With the fourth pick in the draft, the Oakland Raiders have selected defensive back Charles Woodson.
Game time, baby. This is how the West was won. I ain't doing football. Football chose me. It's gonna be rainy. It's gonna be wet. That's what we do when you was kids. You played in the rain and the mud.
I'm never satisfied with what I did yesterday. You know, it's all about today and tomorrow.
These young Thundercats out here want to know what it takes to be great. How you play this long. You know what I tell them? Work hard. Make plays. Work hard. Make plays. Work hard. Make plays. All right, Raider Nation, man, we about to go out into this smoke, man, at the Coliseum for the last time. Though this is my last game in the Coliseum, just know that I'll never leave you. Go Raiders.
All right, there we go. There's some celebration of Charles Woodson as a Raider. So, as Swag said, we'll make a toast to the man. So let's do this proper. So let's get it on the nose here. Let's see what our notes are.
Wait, get it on my nose hairs?
Yeah. Not like that, Mike.
No.
So now,
I snorted some weird things in my life. Anyway, go ahead.
So a little disclaimer here. Like, I'm far from a sophisticated palate. I just kind of know what does and doesn't taste good. As far as the aficionados around here, Swaggo is probably the most well-versed on bourbons and like flavor profiles and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
But anyways, okay. So on the nose, it smells really good.
It smells really good.
It smells really freaking good. All right. So shall
wait.
What?
So check out the glasses too.
So these glasses, those are literally Uncle Mosh's childhood glasses from what my grandma Jenny, his mom, had in the house while they were growing up.
Yeah.
These are old. They're like the 60s Raiders, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, all right, Swag Jeff, you celebrate us or toast us or do whatever. Salud is what
Charles
we do
Woodson,
salud.
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 Thanks for everything you've done.
Absolutely. All right. Oh, wow. I get I like wine. I'm a wine guy. Mm-hmm. I get like a wine flavor, like a big wine, like a cab or something like that. That's fantastic.
That's
the what I like. It's really good. First of all, it's super, super smooth. I might have to go seconds on this one.
Yeah, and it finishes super smooth.
It finishes really good. And there's it's like a candy aftertaste, and it's not the dip that I got in my mouth. it's like a caramel.
I get that.
No, it's good, and it just lingers there in the back of your tongue
as you exhale through your nose. You get the caramel on it.
I got all that whiskey on the nose hairs.
You literally got it in there. All right,
wow.
Swag Jeff, what do you think? Is this a hit?
Well, Absolutely. It's made by the GOAT. I mean, of course it's going to be a hit.
Right, yeah.
Of course it's going to be my new favorite drink all the time ever.
That's really good.
And you guys, you started with the nose and you got the finish. So, I mean, I got the middle, just the smooth, that little burn, man. It's real boozy, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. No,
and that's a thing, right? Like on the throat, how it feels.
You got to hit, you
but it's not like
hit,
gin or something.
No,
It's really, like you said, Mosh, smooth.
Well, and I poured you guys a glass that's about 3 times. I pulled me about a 3 times. I'm already feeling it. That shit hits hard, bro.
Just like Woodson.
Let's go, Mosh.
Nicely done.
I love it.
Done.
Hey, that is delicious. It really is.
That's pretty freaking good.
I really did like that.
I've drank a lot of whiskey in my life.
Mostly on this show.
We live in Tennessee, man, so we get a lot of the Jim Beam and the Jack Daniel and all that kind of stuff.
Kentucky's just a stone's throw north
exactly,
of us,
man. But that's
where that stuff is made.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But make it in the wine barrels, you can really. You can taste that. You really get that berry taste, and it's like just really sweet, man. Like it's really smooth and
that's legit,
cow.
dude. That was good.
I love it.
That was good. All right, so salud, Charles Woodson. We appreciate you. Appreciate your man. What a legacy, or like he says, build your legend. What a thing he's doing now, post playing career with his winery, with Intercept Wines, and of course the Woodson whiskey. And so, just a quick reminder: tonight we're taking donations for this autographed Pinot Noir bottle of Woodson Intercept Wines, and we've got another one in there from Schmucky the Raider beer. Wow, here we go. Starting early tonight. Schmucky the Raider Bear, he says, the only whiskey worth drinking is quality whiskey, in my opinion. Otherwise, I'm a beer bear. Well, I can assure you, Schmucky the Raider Bear, that is quality whiskey. That is fantastic.
Yeah,
you find it in your
delicious.
local
one
store.
Of the smoothest.
Yeah,
somebody also said on there, hey, why aren't we? I think it was Big Bass Bear. Big Bass. Oh,
wow, I got you too. All right, everybody's tongue is swollen up.
I got to read later. Why don't we auction off whiskey? And you and I are going in a couple of weeks. We're going to Vegas.
Yeah, because we don't have it for sale yet here in Tennessee.
So we might bring back one maybe as we get closer to Christmas.
That's where these came from. These came from Vegas from when I was out there with Cousin Sonny for the game. I was able to grab a couple of bottles of Woodson whiskey, and very glad I did now at this point. That was delicious. All right. Let's hit an audio break. Let's hear one more Charles Woodson audio break, and then let's get on and talk to you all, of course, about this this Raiders-Chargers game. And Mosh, one of the things we talked about how much Charles Woodson embraced being a Raider, and one of my favorite narrations that he's ever done is when he kind of talks about what it is to be a Raider, Al Davis's legacy. It's called "Just Win, Baby," and this is fantastic.
One code defined by 3 simple words.
Just win, baby.
But what does it mean? What does it take? A phrase coined by an icon who built his organization founded on excellence.
There's a commitment to excellence.
A kid from Brooklyn who committed to winning at all costs. He became a maverick, conquered rivals, and built his empire.
Here's Jacobs. Touchdown! Las Vegas!
Al Davis laid the foundation, draped in silver and black. Raider Nation marches on. We carry the torch with pride and poise into the future. Just win, baby, is a mentality. It defines who we are.
Here's it up. Separation! Pulled in! Henry Ruggs, the speed!
Because there's only one thing that counts. Just win.
All right, there's only one thing that counts, and that's just win. But unfortunately, Mosh, the Raiders took an L on Monday night, and a little bit of a tough outing for the team. As I mentioned at the top of the show, Jeff and I kind of already went in at length about what our thoughts were around the game and more the on the field stuff. But so all you got to do is check our podcast feed. You hear plenty from us. We want to hear from you, Mosh. What are your kind of like, before we get to any of the audio clips and things, what is just like, kind of give me your high level view of like what happened? What was your big takeaways from the game against the Chargers?
I'm not going to do that, Murph.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to do that.
All right. Is this an obstinate thing, or you just...
No. I got a shot of whiskey. We're going to fight. It's the reason I don't drink it on a regular basis anymore. I don't heal like I used to. That damn tree beat the hell out of me 3 weeks ago.
All right, so what are you going to do then?
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that because I'm a Raider fan, and everybody out there is a Raider fan, and everybody knows what happened on Monday night, and we don't usually lose on Monday nights. We're a good Monday night football team. We probably got the best record still. I don't know. Somebody will have to check.
We're the kings of Monday night once upon a time.
We're going to talk about that stupid game later. Yes, there was a lot that went wrong. There was a couple things that I saw that were good. Hunter Renfrow is going to start as a linebacker next week. That dude laid some Woodson on that guy, man.
That was delicious.
I'm telling you. And then last night, the Hunter Renfrow that plays for Boston had a hell of a play too.
Funny. Yeah.
So we'll talk about
Hunter Renfrow's all around.
Hunter Renfrow's for everybody, But I want to do something a little different.
What do you want to do?
I want to do.
Okay. All right.
I got a little game.
You got a little game? I like it.
I want to play a little Woodson trivia.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, you and Swaggy J.
All right, I'm ready.
All right. Everybody knows that Charles Woodson was born on October 7th, 1976.
Yes.
Okay? What was, in 1976, the number one movie that got the award for the best movie? Here are your choices.
Okay.
Sting.
Okay.
With Robert Redford and Paul Newman. Godfather Part 2. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Okay.
Or Rocky.
Godfather Part 2.
Swaggy?
I'll go Rocky.
Give yourself a point, Murph. It was Godfather Part 2. Sting won it in 74. Godfather Part... Oh, I'm sorry. You were both wrong. I misread. Godfather Part 2 was 75.
Oh, man. Okay.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest
was 76?
with Jack Nicholson was 76.
76.
And 77 was Rocky.
Okay.
I'll give you a chance to redeem yourself.
All right. Give it to me.
Everybody knows that Woodson's birthday is October 7th.
Yes.
I'm going to give you 3 rights and a wrong.
Okay.
You picked the wrong.
Okay.
Also born on October 7th.
Okay.
Vladimir Putin.
Jeez.
68 years old. Mookie Betts.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Who's 28 years old. Yo-Yo Ma.
Oh, my gosh.
Who's 65 years
Love
old.
Yo-Yo Ma.
And Paul Rubens, otherwise known as Pee Wee Herman. Who's 69 years
I
old.
have no clue. I'm going to go with Putin. You sold that one.
Okay.
I'm going to go Pee Wee.
Give yourself a point, Jeff. Pee Wee was born August 27th.
There goes Jeff with any excuse to take a pull on that Woodson whiskey over there, fella.
Take a shot, Jeff.
They said to do a taste testing. I'm tasting it several times. It's good every time.
Okay.
It's getting better.
So Charles works.
And it was wonderful.
It's like Simona works every time.
There you go. All right, Mosh.
All right.
Okay.
Fremont, Ohio.
That's where he's from.
That's where Charles Woodson's from.
Yes.
These are 3 incorrects and three bad and 1 good.
Okay.
Also from Fremont, Ohio.
Okay.
President of the United States, Rutherford B. Hayes.
Oh, one of the favorites.
President of the United States twice, Grover Cleveland.
Oh, huge Grover Cleveland fan.
Not a president of anything, the Cleveland Steamer. And Annie Potts.
Annie Potts. Oh, from Ghostbusters?
The actress.
Yeah, from Ghostbusters.
Which one of these was actually from Fremont, Ohio?
I'm a big Grover Cleveland guy.
I was going to guess the same thing.
You can't guess the same thing.
Okay. Well,
So
I got Cleveland. I got Cleveland being from Ohio.
Okay.
You see where I'm going with this?
I'm going with Rutherford B. Hayes.
Okay.
Swaggy, take another
Oh
shot.
my
Rutherford
gosh.
B. Hayes.
We're gonna get Swaggo drunk over there.
Smoking your ass, bro.
Yeah, you are.
You suck at this game, Murph.
I am. I guess I'm not as big of a Grover Cleveland fan as I thought.
All right, here we go. You'll get this one.
We'll talk about the Raiders eventually. Watch.
All right, Charles Woodson's legal full name is
Charles Nelson Riley Woodson.
Charles Woodson.
Okay.
Charles Lamont Woodson.
Okay.
Charles L. Woodson.
Okay.
Charles M. Woodson Jr.
Ooh. I'm going to go with Charles Lamont just to reference back our best friend Michelle, her husband Lamont, and give him respect. So I'm going to pick Lamont.
Charles L.
It's Charles Woodson.
There's no middle name. Okay,
No middle name.
all right.
Okay.
Good stuff.
All right.
All
How
right.
many points you got, Murph?
He's got 0.
Shut up,
okay.
You
Jeff.
got 2. This last one
know.
is worth 3 points.
Yeah, see?
Oh, 3 points.
3-pointer.
right.
Okay. Here we go. All
right.
Charles Woodson is 6'1", 200 pounds.
Yes.
Thereabouts.
Yes.
That was just playing height and weight.
Yes, sir.
Also 6'1" are the following women.
Oh, nice. Okay.
One of them is not 6'1".
Okay.
And there's no
Got
Annie Potts in this one either.
Okay.
Venus Williams, Bridget Nielsen, Marsha Warfield, and Marina Sharapova.
Oh, that's a tough one because it's down. It's between Maria Sharapova and Bridget Nielsen. I'm going to go with Maria Sharapova just for the hot scale.
Okay.
I was going to go with Venus Williams.
Well,
all right.
Venus Williams, Bridget Nielsen, and Marsha Warfield are all 6'1". Maria Sharapova is 6'2". You winner.
Let's go.
Hey.
What's up, Swag Jeff?
Drink my whiskey, you bitch. Step up and be a man, bro. Put some hair on your chest. I'll take a shot anyway.
All right, take a shot anyway. All right. Let's get to this.
That's all I got.
That's good stuff there, Mosh. That was fun. All right, let's get to this stupid freaking football game that happened. And let's start off by listening to, of course, Coach John Gruden and some of his post-game comments.
It was a ridiculous way to start the game.
Amen.
I credit the Chargers. They're a good football team.
Amen.
On all 3 phases. But I'll answer any questions I can.
What was the key to slowing down Mike Williams? He's been on a hot streak, so what was the key to kind of slow him down?
You know, we had I can answer other questions. I don't know if we slowed him down enough. We may have slowed Mike Williams down, but we didn't stop him enough.
All right, hey, I got to stop this and I got to tell you guys this. When you listen to this, because we give you a bad time about breathing into the mic all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Listen to Gruden. He's freaking like eating the microphone going when he's waiting. It's hilarious.
That's the big thing.
What made Justin Herbert so tough to defend?
Sure
He's a good quarterback. They got a heck of an offense. They got a lot of weapons. And they got a lot of different kinds of plays, and he can execute them. He's a special talent.
We don't hear it.
Pull away from the mic, Mosh, so we can hear.
Arnett went out.
I know, it's a joke.
Nate Hobbs went out at the end of the game. So,
wasn't very funny.
I'll have an update later in the week.
John, I know you lost. There's no moral victories, but could you please talk about the fans? They certainly showed up.
Oh, it was great. It was great. It's always great to have the support of the Raider fans, and we're sorry we let them down, but we cannot come out and take that many punches in the first round. And I'm proud of our guys showing the toughness to get up and keep fighting, but that was ridiculous tonight. They got on us, and they got after us in all 3 phases. And we found a way to make it a football game and give ourselves a chance, but it's just too hard in this league against good teams.
What feels ridiculous? Is it more a frustration with your team, or is it just admiration for the Chargers?
I think it's a combination of a lot of things. You can't deny this. The Chargers are a good football team. They are an excellent team, and they proved it again tonight. They're going to go places this year. They're going to be a force to be dealt with. But we had penalties that were ridiculous. We gave up some plays in a passing game today that you can't give up. And we didn't play well in the first half.
What's it going to take to get the defense ready for teams like the Chiefs and the Broncos?
Well, we're going to have to play better in all areas, not just defense. It would help if Mullen and Arnett, some of our guys were back there, I think, helping us. But I'm not going to make any excuses. They went for it in some critical 4th downs. I give them credit. Backed up in their own territory. In a tight football game, they converted some critical plays on 4th down twice. They went all out tonight to make plays, and they did.
So aside from appreciating John Gruden and his pronunciation of territory, what else is your takeaway from that, Mosh? And does that just coaches speak all over the place there? What do you get?
Okay, so there wasn't coach speak. Coaches just we just can't quit sometimes. No, so there wasn't, but sometimes coach speak is real speak. We were absent in the first half. We weren't there.
You call them ridiculous.
It was not pretty. We can't, when Jeff knows, because I used to coach Jeff, and then when we'd go to an event and it was super, super hot, and people would say to me, Coach, man, it's hot. And I'm like, the sun's only beating on you. And what I mean by that is we can't blame the weather delay. He didn't try that. Everybody had to go back in the locker room. He was a little pissed that we were in a dome stadium.
Yeah.
But so to say what was really wrong really was coach speak, but it really, man, they just weren't there.
They just weren't there.
They just weren't there.
Absolutely.
And they knew they were going to have a bad game. We go back to 2 weeks ago when we listened to Carr talking about, when it's all said and done, and when I play for this reason, and when we win, I'm going to celebrate, and when we lose, I'm going to celebrate because I'm playing for this reason, and that's just how I play the game, and I'm going to go. And Gruden was the same way, man. We just screwed up. We just screwed up.
It's not a bad game. It was a bad outing all the way around.
It was a terrible outing.
Absolutely. All right, let's. So speaking of Derek Carr, let's check in with DC postgame.
What's it like to take your first loss of the year after 3 really good, dramatic, exciting wins?
Yeah, I mean, it's better now than later.
Come on,
preach.
I think if anything, this hopefully wakes us up a little bit.
Truth.
I think we needed to start a lot faster. If I'm honest, we started the season great. But we don't start games nearly good enough yet, and I think that's something that we need to be better at. But you never want to lose, but it's hard to win in this league. But we'll see him again.
Yeah, I totally agree with him, and we talked about that yesterday when we did our rundown. We don't like to lose ever. We want to go undefeated and win the Super Bowl every single year. But I'm okay with this loss. Do we hate losing to anybody? Yes. And do we hate losing to one of our division rivals? Even more so, yes. But it kind of hits the reset button a little bit. Let's settle in. Okay, we've got a loss now. We're not undefeated. We're not going for the 72 Dolphins anymore. Okay.
And they know they're vulnerable. Like,
let's relax. Yes.
It's like Predator. If it bleeds, we can kill it. Like, the Raiders realize they're vulnerable now at this point. And I think that's important because that, and I'm paraphrasing, but the Raiders themselves made various comments post-game, if you get into like the long versions of these post-game comments, where basically it was like, this was a slap in the face for us. This kind of woke us up a little bit. Not that they were, being lackadaisical or that they were taking things off. Or it wasn't that, but like, you just get comfortable. We all do. We're human beings. And maybe they got a little bit comfortable, and this snapped them out of it. So that's not a bad thing, right?
I got to go with Jeff Murphy on this one, though.
Okay.
With QB Jeff. What a stupid question to ask.
Well, of course.
And you're going to get that. One of the things that I always did, a lot of people know that in my teaching career, I directed plays. And after the shows, I always hid in the press box, the press box, back in the lighting booth. I just didn't want people to come up to me and say, number one, oh, that was so great. That was so great. I don't care. Go tell the kids. It's not about me. It's about the kids. Okay. And I definitely didn't want somebody to come up to me and go, that one kid missed his line. Well, you know what? I know.
Right. Yeah.
Nobody knows better than DC that DC lost.
Right.
So what a dumb question.
What a dumb question.
How does it feel? Oh, it feels great, Jack Wagon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, I'm so glad we lost, you numbnut. Come on.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. All right, next up. Okay, so we talked about coach speak. This is the epitome of player speak. I wanted to play this because we just never feature this guy. And so I thought, well, let's just, you don't hear him take the podium very often. So I thought, well, what the heck? Let's go.
And a guy that's having an amazing season.
Aside from a couple of open field tackles that he probably wants back, you're right. Absolutely. And that's me being nitpicky.
One of the most improved current Raiders that we had going into this season, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
We're talking about trashed him a lot last year.
But I think he, just like when we talked to Will and we got Will's feedback on what it was like to play linebacker in Paul Gunther's system, it was a freaking challenge. And it was a challenge for reasons that shouldn't have been. They were communication, preparation issues. It wasn't had anything to do with what they were actually doing on the field. And so anyways, Corey Littleton, unfortunately, was at the focus of a lot of criticism last year. And as Jeff mentioned, he's playing much, much better now. So, I did want to feature him. But you really don't get a lot from these comments. Maybe you guys do, but I'm curious to hear what you have to think.
I just want to guess I could say they just started making plays. In that moment, in those drives, they found times to make plays, and we did it. That's all I can say.
What makes Justin Herbert such a great quarterback to defend, or such a difficult quarterback to defend?
Okay. My guy looks down the field, always keeps his eyes down the field. He has a really good arm. He was a first-round quarterback for a reason.
What was the message at halftime? You guys were down big when you came back. What was the result like at halftime?
Same message as always, keep fighting. We've been down before, and we've always put on a good fight, no different than we did today. We just didn't get the outcome we wanted.
Mosh, you know what I hear a lot of in that is, again, I mentioned it's a lot of player speak. I hear a guy that's really pissed off and doesn't want to say anything. Like, do you guys catch that too? Like, I
100%.
feel like he's not pleased, and that's a good thing.
He does. First of all, the NFL has these guys under contract where they have to go and they have to speak and all that. So to do that, that's a pro. You know, you can be a Belichick and you can be a whiner sniveler baby about it, or you can step up there and be a man and step there and say as little as you can to get out of there. You know, yeah, we played terrible. Yeah, that guy is really good. There's a reason he's a first-round draft pick. You know, he's got a cannon for an arm. Guys like Baker Mayfield, man, he's the next wave. This is a good quarterback. I hate that he plays for San Diego. You know, because I hate San Diego. Why couldn't he play for somebody else? You know, that we don't see.
Yeah,
you know, it's kind of that, and that's you and I have talked about Baker. Besides those hilarious commercials, the one with the nachos, you know, the Halloween one. But you know, you want to root for that guy. You know, and I don't want to root for Herbert because he's with them. But that guy's good. You know, the guy's good.
He is. I return to that same opinion of I think that the media is selling him way too hard.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
Like when you listen
the
to
announcers in the game and stuff. I mean, they wouldn't shut the f up about
it. And you know, and so I always have a reservation around players that where like I feel like there's another agenda. Like they're trying to drive another narrative because what? They were trying to take attention away from the Raiders, trying to take away attention from the fact that it's a home game, but it's not a home game. Like I don't know what the purpose is.
Yeah, I can tell you what the purpose is. It's the largest, the number one market in the world. LA. It's the number one market in the world. And when 75%, and they said it multiple times, and they downplayed that 75% of the fans there were in silver and black. Okay, so they've got to bolster this guy because the NFL, it's boom or bust with the Chargers being in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
They got to make it or break it, you know? And they got $5 billion in that SoFi Stadium that you have to go out because when it rains, you know?
yeah.
When you get 364 days of clear weather and the one Monday it rains, oh crap, what do we do? But that's why they're doing it. That's why they're bolstering this guy, is because it's got to do something to save football
to try to generate
in the number one market in the entire nation.
That's a great call out.
You know, and they have to do something. They're not going to get it from the Rams.
No, well, and the Rams, I think the fan base is definitely larger than what it appears to be for the Chargers. But I think the point there that is really salient is that I think that you're right. They're trying to sell a reason for Charger fan or people that are residents of Los Angeles to be excited about the Chargers. And that's a really good way to do it, that, oh, look at this franchise quarterback. Look at all this greatness. Look at all this things that he's going to do. That's an awesome call out. That's something that I hadn't thought about yet. It's marketing. Because that's and again, to go back to the point, like whenever someone, and this is with anything in media, but especially sports media, if you're trying to sell me something so freaking hard on a thing, why? There's dollars behind it. There's a reason that everybody is leveraging the same effing opinion, and you nailed it. I think that's it. That they're trying to generate excitement in a market that's deplete of excitement right now around that football team.
Absolutely. And so I'm sorry, Jeff, you go next. But SoCal right now, that small little group of Charger fans who, you know, possibly couldn't get behind Phillip. You know, they got that. It's the new Chargers. It's the new Bulls. They don't need to sell Raider Nation because we're doing that.
We're there.
We're doing it. Raider Nation sells itself.
Amen.
They don't need to do that.
Amen.
And you took my point exactly. You know, it seems like this franchise, the Chargers, they do that all the time. They get this big flashy guy all the time. Oh, this is the next greatest player to ever play the game and stuff. But it's still just mediocrity. Like, cool. This game was probably your Super Bowl, Charger fans, so enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, look at this guy, Justin Herbert we got. Oh, he was an early round draft pick. Oh, he's so good and all that. And before that, it was Phillip Rivers. And, oh, look at this guy, LaDainian Tomlinson we have. Oh, he's
he did kick our ass.
Well, yeah.
But I know your point, yeah.
Okay, but how many Super Bowls does he have?
Well, exactly.
You know what I mean?
He
Like,
did was,
it's just like...
all he did was cry baby in the freaking postseason.
The Chargers, you could say the Chargers every season is you can say one thing.
Amen.
It's just like coming up a little bit short every time, man.
Well, and what's funny is that, and to that point, so Keenan Allen, all we heard about how great Keenan Allen is, 36 yards in the game, and then all we heard about all night long, Mike Williams. Oh, the matchup.
Oh, my
the matchup.
They need to throw it to him because Amik Robertson is on him. Amik Robertson shut his ass down. That's why they were not throwing it to him.
Amen. Our man is 5'8" from where's he? Louisiana Tech.
Absolutely.
Group of five school guy, and locked Mike Williams down all night long. How come that's not? But again, your point, Mosh. The reason that's not celebrated is because that doesn't pump up the LA market for the Chargers.
Nope.
That pumps up the Raiders, who don't need any pumping up.
Up.
Yep. That's a great call out there. Great stuff. All right, let's get to a couple more. So the Raiders' new starting will side linebacker, Hunter Renfrow, who also catches passes sometimes. Let's check in with the guy that he can hit you and knock the ball loose. He can run great routes, catch touchdown passes, and do your taxes all at the same time. Hunter?
But he can't push the button.
That move, man. The in and out. We've seen you do that a couple weeks now. Talk to us about where you got that move and how you developed it so well.
Yeah, it's just something that Gruden came up with, and it's kind of off some things that we do, and we've worked on it, and it works in practice, so we put it in the game, and it's worked twice. So hopefully it'd be a good play for us going down the stretch.
Hunter, when you watched that hit you had, you just about tore that guy in half. Had you played defensive back ever?
Yeah, I did in high school. I did, but in the backyard growing up for sure. But, we didn't have a guy out there, and I was kind of in between, and I didn't know if I should play the return or go down and play the receiver. And so, luckily he took some time to throw the ball and was able to make a play, but it was a big stop for us, I guess.
I love it. He's so unassuming. That was a big play for us, I guess. Oh, or I don't know, or the most exciting play of the night.
Yeah.
That was incredible, wasn't it?
It was phenomenal. It was so good. And you just got to love this guy. From the beginning, we teased about him for the last little bit, about how, he just doesn't look like a ball player. And, of course, Gruden draws up this three moves in one thing, and nobody executes it the way
beautiful.
he does. And they showed the guy from L.A. doing the same move. Did you see that?
No, I didn't catch that.
They showed a guy from L.A. doing the same move.
Okay.
So they call it the China route. And it was something that they talked about the origin of it that he had come up with years ago, but nobody does it like our guy.
Unbelievable. And something too, we talked about it last night, but I want to call it out again here on the main show, is that, look, I know the offensive line is catching a lot of heat. Derek was under pressure all night long, and I'm not apologizing for the offensive line, but even those Charger supporting announcers called out the fact that you can't give Hunter Renfrow that much time to run that route because it takes a while to develop.
Right.
Well, guess what? The offensive line is doing the whole time that route is developing. They're holding up and protecting Derek Carr. So, let's not get caught up in the narrative that all is lost. Yes, it wasn't a great performance by the offensive line, but they still did good things on Monday. It wasn't like they just stunk the whole game through, right? You know what I mean? That play never happens if they don't hold up.
So Carr did two things that really impressed me. One was the touchdown pass where he stepped up into the pocket and he just wound up and drilled that ball from about 8 yards out, right? Threw it hard.
That was a fastball, man.
That was a fastball. He did the same thing because, he's known for his touches,
Sure. Yeah.
The looping touches. Well, his interception, he stepped up into the pocket and you could just see, and he drilled it. He threw it on a rope and it got intercepted. Had he tossed it over what he's normally been doing, but we were down to the last few seconds.
Yeah.
He may have rushed it. That's one he wishes he had back.
Right, right.
But because our guy had his man beat. 83 had his man beat.
Yes, he did.
All he had to do was toss it over, and he was there with those, gigantic long arms of his.
Gosh.
But he didn't. So I appreciated Carr stepping up and showing that he could do that.
Absolutely.
Herbert wasn't the only guy on the field that can throw a missile.
Absolutely. And speaking of that target, number 83, let's close out our post-game comments and check in with the pound for pound, the best Raider on the team, and that's Darren Waller.
I guess I get, spiking on their sideline looking back.
But
I wasn't doing it directed at anyone. It was just, just kind of a reaction when I got up, but can't put the team in that kind of situation.
Was there a little something extra on the spike after the touchdown and it have anything to do with your
come on. There's one of those questions again.
Not it wasn't anything towards any kind of calls or refs or anything like that. It was just, emotion just being, we were back in the football game at that point and, just trying to get the team live and just ready to have some fun again.
All right, Jeff, I'm going to ask you a question. We didn't talk about this yesterday.
Okay.
Is this a case of, and I want to hear your opinion on this too, Mosh, is this, okay, look, the rule says you can't spike the ball on the opponent's sideline. The spirit of it is that you don't want balls getting spiked and players taunting each other face to face. You don't want that. That's what they're trying to limit. That's not what this was. So is this a case of Darren Waller not being, quote, coached up enough by the Raiders to, hey, be self-aware enough to where you're at? Or is this just a terrible rule in terms of the way that it was enforced?
I don't think it was a good call. I mean, if you're a Raider fan, you hate the call, but yeah, I don't think it was a good call. I mean, if he was looking back at the players and flexing and doing all that stuff that he did on the touchdown, sure, you could say that. But it reminded me of what that interview with Cliff Branch. The first time he scored a touchdown, he threw it. He spiked the ball or whatever, and I think it was Madden that said, "Don't ever do that again." Don't do that, because they came after him afterwards. So I just thought it was just, it was funny. But as far as that play itself, it was bullshit. It really was. It was just the guy gets up and he's excited and he tossed the ball down and it was a little bit of a spike thing or whatever. But you see people do that all the time, man.
He just happened to have been on the opponent's sideline. Is what he did.
And I don't know if it was because it was on national TV or something like that. So they're going to be a little more ticky tacky with calls like that. I don't know.
So, Mosh, my question to you is that, in college football, you have, the targeting thing, right? And, the spirit of eliminating those spears and those direct helmet contact is to eliminate injury. Here in this case, they're trying to eliminate the taunting, the face-to-face type stuff. I get why they're doing it. But when you add rules that are subjective, doesn't that get a little dangerous when you can, when you're leaving it up to what someone's interpretation of what this thing would be? That's where it leads to all this controversy, no?
Okay, so it is a rule, and it's something that needs to be enforced, and I understand the spirit of it. You don't want somebody to get up right in the middle of your bench and slam that down, and what up, and all that. He didn't do that. It was a little ticky-tack because he did what they are trying to avoid, but the spirit of how he did it wasn't for the intention. So it was easily read as taunting, but the interpretation was wrong. And that's what I have, he was not, just like Swaggy said, he wasn't looking at the bench or a particular player because the guy that missed him was behind him.
He was looking at the end zone.
And if he was going to do that, he was going to look back at him and taunt and slam it, but he didn't do that. He wasn't, it was a misinterpretation of a rule that probably needs to be in there.
Absolutely.
So
I think that's a good point. And, ultimately it robbed the Raiders of momentum. Is that, look, we didn't end up converting anyways, on that drive, but it just, momentum, emotion is so important in football. And, so anyways, it was just kind of a bad thing all the way around, but all right, enough of that damn Chargers game. Although we are going to jump into the Joey Bosa comment, because I think that's worth kind of exploring a little bit. But before we do that, let's go ahead and return to some Charles Woodson highlights. I've got a 3-parter on this. We're going to take a little bit of a break because here's the thing. We're going to listen to Charles Woodson's career as a Raider, part 1. Then we're going to have a little interlude when he went and played for that team in the green and gold. And then we're going to go back to where he returned to the Raiders. Before I hit that, though, Swag Jeff, shout out the chat room. I know we got a lot going on in there. Who do we got in there tonight?
Absolutely. Mark Thompson's in there. Schmucky the Raider Bear. Jack Kenna, Chronicles of the Black Hole. Raider Loco is in there. Paul is in there. Road Code is in there. Aaron the Q-Dog Raider. Trinidad is in there. Donovan Howard is in there. PSB Sports Rough Cut is in there.
Nice.
Our bestie Michelle Sweat's in there. Lee B's in there. And we've had a lot of donations come in. I can't scroll all the way up to see comments and stuff like that. But Renegade with a $10 donation. Pirate 1975. Josh Maldonado it gave another $20.
Oh, nice.
Ron the Mater Raider came in with a 50.
Let's go.
Dropped $50. Tide Raider and Tyrone Graves both with $10 donations as well. So, and these donations are all going for a chance to win this. If you want to win the signed Charles Woodson Intercept wine, every $10 donation gives you one poker chip into the entry. This is an amazing thing. We got it in Nashville. There's no COA. But we literally, we walked into the liquor store 5 seconds after Charles Woodson walked out. So,
and Hosh and I, the very next day, were at the liquor store trying to buy as many as we could.
More.
Absolutely.
And we got some. And I just want to say this: if you haven't thrown in $10 yet for your chance to win, you need to do it. We've already made the plans. We're opening ours on that to celebrate that first Raider post-game win this year.
Amen.
You know, and we're not planning on these bottles aging well around here. You know,
let's go, Mosh.
So you too can crack yours. All you got to do is throw in $10 and get a chip. Hey,
let's do it. Let's go.
It's doable.
Let's go. And 100% of the money that we raise goes to our foundation, which is the One Nation Foundation. We give that money exclusively to Raiders-related charities. It's a nonprofit we started last year with our good buddy Raider Cody. And to give you an idea where that money goes, we're going to present a check for $4,000 to the Fred Bolitnikoff Foundation later on this month. We're coming up on it quick, fellas. Here in just a couple of weeks, we're going to be down in Vegas, and we're going to present that check live. Of course, our buddy Cody's going to join us down there. We're going to broadcast live. But anyways, every penny that we ever make with Raiders Fan Radio, whether that be for merchandise sales, advertising opportunities, giveaways like this, 100% of that money goes to the One Nation Foundation. So we appreciate your support, and just know that it will always go to a good home. All right, let's get to some more of these Charles Woodson highlights. Before we jump into the Bosa comment, let's check in with Charles Woodson's career as a Raider, Part 1.
As the only defensive player to ever win the Heisman Trophy, Charles Woodson entered the NFL with great expectations. He didn't disappoint. In 1998, the 4th overall pick intercepted 5 passes for the Raiders and was named Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Charles Woodson, what a play!
Woodson gained Pro Bowl recognition in each of his first 4 seasons and came up with the interception that led to the first points in Super Bowl 37.
All right, so there's kind of the end of Part 1 of Woodson's career. And of course, we all know he went on to play for the Packers, won a Super Bowl, won a Defensive Player of the Year, had an incredible career over there in the green and gold. But my favorite thing that Charles ever did when he was a Packer, this is such a baller move. At the time, President Obama was in office, and we all know President Obama is a big Bears fan. So he said that he wasn't going to go watch the Packers play. So Charles Woodson said, that's fine. If he doesn't want to come see us, we'll go see him.
Check this. The president don't want to come watch us to the Super Bowl. Guess what? Guess what? We'll go see him.
Packers are world champions of football.
Charles, you're a man of your word. And I've now learned something that every NFL quarterback already knows too well. Don't mess with Charles Woodson.
Let's go.
In 2013, Woodson returned to where it all began.
But what I see, I think we could be the best damn secondary in the league. That's what I believe. And I wouldn't tell you if I didn't believe it. But we got to go out there and do this on the field.
He brought his trademark leadership back to the Oakland Raiders and tied Rod Woodson and Darren Sharper for the most defensive touchdowns in NFL history.
Picked up by Woodson, running back in, touchdown! Raiders!
Woodson must have been drinking from the fountain of youth before this game. He's had a good night tonight.
Hey, we made a little history right there. I said it takes 20 sacks. Yeah, we made a little history. We made a little history right there.
And looks left, throws end zone, intercepted by Charles Woodson. At last, he got Peyton Manning. Manning throws a lob for Demaryius Thomas. Intercepted by a flying Charles Woodson. He's got a great deep throwing arm. He's taking a shot from Marshall. Intercepted in his 65th of his career.
Man, I love hearing all that stuff. You know, some of those years were pretty lean, when Charles came back. Of course, we were 0-10 before they won their first game in 2014 in Derek's rookie year. He retired in 2015, right before the 2016 season.
Right,
it would have been nice to have him get that postseason swan song with the Raiders, but it was so exciting the way he came back. And at his age then, I mean, he really did drink from the fountain of youth. He was incredible back then, and getting Peyton twice in that game, who he never picked. After, of course, kicking off his.
No, let me get that.
You get it.
So kicking off his career, playing for Michigan, that year they win the national championship. He wins the Heisman. He was the only defense player, and still the only primarily defensive player to win the Heisman. What more? Plus, he's been to the Oval Office to see the president with a Super Bowl ring. What more could he have done?
Know, right?
And then to finally pick Peyton, come on.
Let's go.
Come on. He didn't need 2016. 2016 needed him.
Oh, Mosh.
Dude.
You're making me tear up over here.
That was awesome.
Jeez, that was good. I don't want to tag that even. Let's leave that one sit there. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Is it time for another sample?
Is it?
I've been sampling my ass off over here.
Wow, that bottle's almost gone.
Well, I'll tell you what, y'all go ahead and I'll kick us off for this Joey Bosa BS. Go ahead there, go Swaggo. I'll leave it on the on your cam there while I kick off what's going on. So, for those of you that missed it, the shot heard around the world in terms of Raider Nation, and that is Joey Bosa in his post-game comments when I
needed a drink for this.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
right?
that's why I asked.
And so this is. I'm just gonna play it, and then you all can just kind of.
Come on.
Just all right. Do with it what you will. All right, where is that? Here we go.
We knew once we hit him a few times, he really gets shook, and you saw on CC's sack, he was pretty much curling into a ball before we even got back there. So, great dude, great player. He's been having a great year, but we know once you get pressure on him, he kind of shuts down, and he's not as effective with the crowded pocket. So that was the key to it.
Now that's freaking that pisses me off,
Yes,
because that's player talk right there.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. You hit somebody and you crowd the pocket and they're not going to be as effective. No shit, dumbass.
100%.
Because where are they going to go?
Yes.
What are they going to do? The pocket collapses. Oh, okay, the pocket collapses. He can't do nothing. Okay. That's simple.
Yeah, what do you want him to do? Stand in the pocket, get blasted, fumble the football, get injured? Like, you dumbass. Like, every quarterback does this. Mahomes does it. That's why they lost the Super Bowl. Tom Brady does it. That's why the Giants beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. We're going to hear comments from a lot of media people, but Mosh, you totally nailed it. Like, that's what happens when you hit quarterbacks.
And who said the first thing we need to do is we need to go in there and knock the quarterback? That was Al. Remember when Al?
Within the first 5 to 10 plays of a game, the other team's quarterback must go down, and he must go down hard.
What year? What year was that?
That was
68.
Yeah, it was a while ago. Yeah.
Duh.
That's the recipe for success for any defense.
Bosa. What are they? Did they just now teach you that?
Well, they're a little bit late in the Charger clubhouse. They just learned that if you hit a quarterback, you might you might affect him a little bit.
If you collapse the pocket, they can't throw the ball.
Yeah, but you know what?
There's a strategy.
You know what? But it sucks because Derek Carr is going to get criticized no matter what the hell he does on that play.
That's the problem.
And that's and shame on us, Raider Nation,
for
doing
Jeff.
that,
yes.
because every quarterback does that. And you know what? Yes, we want him healthy for the whole year. God forbid he goes down like 2016 or something like that. It blows my mind. What's the alternative? So a guy hits him under his helmet. He loses the football. The Chargers get the ball back, and then we're still bitching. We're still bitching. Oh, man, Derek Carr can't hold on to the damn football, man. He fumbles again.
Yeah, but how many
fumble king?
He got hit a bunch and held on to the damn ball.
Absolutely.
That one that the guy where he came, what's his face, came up from behind and smacked him. And they were going, how did Derek hang on to that?
Yes.
You know?
Absolutely.
I've always hated Joey Bosa. God,
Joey
he's such
Bosa's
a
an idiot.
dick, man.
All of the Bosa family,
He's such a dick,
they
man.
all
Those
are.
Ohio State assholes.
Yeah, man, I'm with
Easy.
you.
Family
Aaron,
show.
Aaron the Q-Dog Raider is with me on that one.
Those opinions expressed by Swag Jeff and those towards the
It
Ohio
is
State
the,
University.
it is the opinion of Raiders Fan Radio.
Those opinions expressed by Swag Jeff are brought to you by
Woodson's
Woodson's Reserve.
Well, anybody that's a Michigan Charles Woodson fan is right with you, Swag Jeff. I promise you that.
Grief,
but
man.
yeah, absolutely. The notion behind it is silly. Like, look, it's a smart play. Look, you've got to know. Look, Derek is recognizing I'm beat on this one. I'm going to live for the next one. And to question his toughness, let me run you down just a couple things here, Joey Bosa, you moron. The guy came back from a broken finger in the same game.
Right.
He came back from a broken back. I don't even remember how many games it was, but he literally came back to play with a broken back. And then, he snapped his leg, and that's the only reason that he missed the postseason. Like, this whole idea that Derek Carr isn't tough or lacks toughness because he decides to, he's not giving up on a play.
You want to talk?
What he's doing is that he's like, okay, this one didn't work. I'm gonna give up this battle because I want to win the war.
Absolutely.
And you know what? And that's what you're coached to do. It's what you're told to do. Every freaking quarterback. Here's a question for you, Joey Bosa. Why do quarterbacks slide? Do they lack toughness? Or is it because they don't want to get their block knocked off and they take advantage of the rule that allows them to slide to live to fight in the next play? It's so stupid. It's the same thing.
Hey, Joey Bosa.
Oh.
Hey, Joey Bosa, don't talk about toughness. Why don't you make it through a full season without being hurt, you jackass? You know what I mean?
Go.
You know what I mean?
Give it to him, Swaggo.
You hurt again? Just another season for you, buddy.
Give it to him, Swaggo.
Yeah, that's awesome. Enjoy your 9 games this season that you're going to play, dummy.
He's halfway through.
He's about done.
Yeah, he's about done.
He's about done.
He's about done.
All right, so look, it's one thing to get
Big-nosed
and I
bastard.
love the energy from you guys on this. This is awesome. So look, it's one thing for 3 impassioned Raider fans to sit here and scream about it, about what an obnoxious and dumb comment this is. But look, I'm going to go to the NFL Network, and we're going to check in with Jim Trotter. Now, Jim Trotter is a guy who, you want to talk about someone who should be a Charger honk? This guy was a Chargers beat writer for 8 years before coming on to the NFL Network. And Trotter is not a guy that messes. Like, he's pretty much like, very... almost looks like he's aggravated all the time. Like, he's very concerned. Like, you just see that look on his face. I love Jim Trotter. He's great. And look, and again, this is somebody that should have a slanted opinion to the Chargers, but doesn't. And listen to what he has to say about Joey Bosa.
Yeah, I want to talk to Joey Bosa here and say this. You were way out of line with your comments on Derek Carr last night. If he was as bad or as cowardly as you intimated, why was he 9 of 10 for 76 yards and 2 touchdown passes in the third quarter behind a line that couldn't protect him? Look, even if what you were saying was true, and it is not, why would you say it about a member of your NFL fraternity? You're better than that, Joey.
I love it. You know what?
Is he, though?
You know what that felt like to me? Son, I'm really disappointed in you. You know what I mean? Like, that's that kind of commentary where it's like, dude, be better. Like, don't do that. Be better. Be a pro.
It's kind of like what happened with the Harbaugh situation the day before, getting where the ball was intercepted in the end zone.
About them running.
That's and I can see it from a coach's perspective, and I can also see it from, you don't step on the third base line. There's things you just don't do. And that's when Bosa stepped over the line.
He stepped over the line.
Stepped over the line.
All right, so look, this shows you like literally what an egregious type thing this is. First off, I love Derek's response today. Derek's like, yeah, that kind of made me mad. Like, he's like that, you know what I mean? He got mad about it, and that's what you want. And hopefully this will be pinned on every Raider
This is locker room fodder for sure.
Absolutely. Put this on the bulletin board up there with the Chargers just one baby Twitter post.
Oh, dude.
Look, I'm telling you, they are taking shots at us. And guess what? We'll see you son of bitches in freaking January, and we're going to right this ship. And
but we talked about it, and we just said it again. This is their Super Bowl, man. You think they're going to make a playoff run? Give me a break, bruh.
So, but to go further, so we don't feature Shannon Sharp on the show hardly ever.
Yeah, because we hate Shannon Sharp.
Well, because he's, a Bronco and a Raven, and it's a part of that, like, sensationalist, media and all that. But, someone hipped us to this clip, and after listening to it, this is like very un-Shannon Sharp-like commentary, and I thought it was fantastic. So, anytime, look, we criticize media a lot around here, but whenever they come off with something that's legit, like, we want to celebrate that too. Like, we want to celebrate with the reason that can happen once in a while.
Turn the speaker on. I got to pee. I want to hear it.
Okay.
Derek Carr isn't different than any other quarterback. I don't know how far Joey Bosa goes back, but just go look at what the Giants did to Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. Look at what the Legion of Boom did to Peyton Manning in the Super Bowl. If you want to beat if you want to beat a team that has an elite quarterback, pressure him, hit him in his mouth, and see what happens. Skip, we see Tom Brady now is that Tom Brady sees he's going to get sacked. He drops. Peyton Manning would drop because I'm going to avoid the big hit. I'm not going to let you put no big hit. Guys looking down the barrel of the gun like they used to say, Skip, there's too great a risk in that. So guys say, you know what? I'm going to live to fight another day. I saw a guy, team get down 21-0. He comes out of the half, goes on a 6-minute drive, get it to 21-7. They stop him, get the ball back, goes 21-14. Does that look like a guy that curled in the ball to me?
Come on.
It sounds like Joey Bosa sounds like a guy that's not used to winning in the NFL. That's what it sounds like to me. Because those are things that you say when you win and you haven't won a lot. You won. Except that you guys did a great job. But to say Derek Carr is unlike any other quarterback, that once you pressure him and you keep pressuring him and you keep pounding him, all of a sudden he's just going to keep standing and keep standing. That's what they say. Al Davis said it best, Skip. The quarterback must go down, and he must go down hard within the first couple of series.
I want him to go down and out.
Exactly. But now, Skip, guys are like, okay, I'm not going to take that big shot. I'm not going to take the shot that could possibly put me out, not only for this game, for an extended period of time. I saw a guy that battled and battled and battled. The Chargers were the better team last night, and they won. Give the Chargers credit, but this notion that Derek Carr is unlike any other quarterback, that every other quarterback, if he faces relentless pressure, is going to stand there, that's not happening. How do you beat Patrick Mahomes? They pressured him. How do you beat Tom Brady? You pressure him. That's always been the case. Be it Joe Montana, Tom Brady, and Peyton Manning, or Derek Carr, or anyone else.
Nothing new under the
sun,
Bosa,
bro. Your team was the better team last night. You guys won. But I'm not subscribing to this thing that all of a sudden Derek Carr folded up his tent and ran away.
Come on,
I didn't see
Shannon.
that. Now, maybe he saw something different because he had a lot better vantage point than I did. But looking at it from my television, I didn't see a guy that quit. I saw a guy that battled and battled and battled to the end, but they lost to the better team last night.
So good, right?
Yes.
So good. So I want to give Shannon Sharp much props there. Again, former Bronco, former Raven, someone that does not have the Raiders back very often, but he definitely has DC's back in this one. So thanks to him for that.
Well, it's the football fraternity, exactly what we were talking about. And as a coach, you're saying to yourselves, I would much rather have a guy go out on a limb and do something stupid, get political, get whatever, than to cross that line of going against the football fraternity.
Yes.
There's just things you just don't do.
Absolutely, absolutely, great.
Well, they don't teach that at Ohio State.
Oh, geez, there he goes with the Ohio State.
And they don't teach that in San Diego or L.A. or wherever that is. They don't teach that.
Keep it classy, San Diego.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right, I got one more for you on this whole Derek Carr thing. All right.
Okay.
So for those of you that are often listeners to this show and are consumers of many Raiders created
many shots.
Well, Mosh over there. You get another one over there?
It's empty. What happened here?
Mosh's over there killing it. All right, so I love this show. This is the best show we've ever done. I
like brown liquor.
Yeah, you do.
Or this one.
Yeah, you do. You love that Woodson whiskey. So our buddy Raider Cody. Okay, so if you're a Raider content consumer, everybody knows who Cody is. Probably the most high-profile Raiders fan content creator there is.
Truth.
A good friend of ours. We love Cody, and so it's also no mystery that him and DC come from the same part of the world. Him and the whole Carr family, and they're friendly like that. You know what I mean? Like they all know each other and interact. And Carr's been on Cody's show and all that kind of stuff. All right. So I thought, well, listen, let's go to Cody and get his feeling about this whole Derek Carr thing. You know, look, it's a highly controversial, high-profile topic, so no one better to comment it than our good friend Raider Cody. So I checked in with Cody, and here's what he had to say.
You guys can point the finger at him, and if you do that, it's really unfair. It's really unfair. It's my team. It's my quarterback. If you guys do that, man, it's unfair. We lost as a team. We lost as a team, man.
All right, thank you, Raider Cody.
Well said.
Cody's gonna kill us.
I did text Cody before the show. I texted him last night as I was putting the show together, and I said, just be prepared. I'm going to take a big shot at you on the show. Anyways, everybody knows we love Raider Cody. All right, let's get to...
But that was so true, though.
It really
that was so true, though.
It's my team. It's my quarterback.
I need that as a soundbite over here.
And if you guys do that, man, it's unfair.
I want Raider Cody to send a video of him doing that.
Oh, my gosh, that's the best.
Oh, that needs to be a Cody TikTok.
Oh,
dude.
Gosh, yes, that would get all the views. All right.
I'm on a roll. I need to drink whiskey every week.
Yeah, keep it flowing there, Mosh. All right, next up, let's get to some more of these Charles Woodson clips. Hey,
before you do that, Before you do that, I want to shout out some folks in the chat here. Daniel Megas, $20 donation to the One Nation Foundation.
Come on, Daniel.
Mike Kraut, a $10 donation.
Mike Kraut,
and Big Bass Raider has entered the chat and with a $40 donation to the One Nation Foundation. So if you want to get into the mix to win this signed Charles Woodson Intercept wine signed here in Nashville, every $10 donation gives you one poker chip, man. So far we've got 11 people that have donated. We're over a couple $100. So let's keep it going, man. Beautiful. It's to a good cause, man.
Absolutely. All that money goes to One Nation Foundation.
Swaggo, you said you mentioned Mike Kraut, and Mike said that he said Raiders. I've been watching. I've been a fan for your show for about 3 years.
Oh, cool.
But I've been a Raider fan for 30 years.
Right
and this
on,
is the first time we've heard from him. So welcome, Mike.
Welcome.
And
thanks for taking time off of playing center field for the Angels. That's Mike Trout. Oh, my bad. Mike Trout. Thank you, man. Appreciate that support, of course. And everybody that's donated tonight, like I said, that money will go to the One Nation Foundation, and we appreciate you very much. All right, let's. We got two more Woodson clips to get to, and here's the first one. This is cool because what are we all? Raider fans. So let's hear Charles Woodson talk about a Raider fan.
Every fan base, they're unique to their team, but you know, Oakland, man, it seems like it drives a little deeper. You know, I think when you're around Oakland fans, you're in the stadium, or you're out, you know, at Walmart or wherever you're at, man, it just seems like it drives a little deeper. And, you know, the Raiders fans certainly love their team, and it's going to be hard. It's going to be a hard day, you know, for a lot of fans that are here in the Bay Area and are used to going to that conference and watch the games. But special fans, it was always fun to run out there on Sundays. You know, when I was first here, you know, we used to run to the black hole and then run from there. They changed it up to run out the tunnel, but you know, standing in front of the black hole, you know, and to have the fans beat inside of the stadium, the amount of, you know, anticipation and the energy that would give you before you ran out and played, man, was second to none. So, you know, that's going to be something that's going to be missed.
I love that, man. Love his comments about Raider Nation. And that's one of the things that makes Charles so special is that what he does for the fans, man. How he continually interacts and again represents Raider Nation. All right, before we get to the last Woodson comment, let's go ahead and touch just a little bit on this Bears game. Swag, Jeff and I talked about it yesterday. Check on the podcast feed. It's the RFR Rundown. We kind of talk about what the Raiders are looking at. We're going up against Khalil Mack. We've kind of exercised that demon already once. But look, he's still one of the best pass rushers in the game. Yep. Robert Quinn is playing fantastic. So we know we're going to have to deal with with the Bears pass rush.
And they've officially named Justin Fields the quarterback.
There you go. So
they've officially sat the Red Rocket on the bench.
All right. So the perfect segue there, Swag. And because I want to ask you, Uncle Mosh, since Jeff and I kind of already gave our feeling on it, tell me about, when you look at coaches, and a veteran coach especially, somebody like John Gruden, shouldn't they be successful game planning against a rookie quarterback? Because regardless of how good that rookie may be, he's a rookie. They're going to get happy feet. They're going to get excited. They're going to misread defenses, right? All that stuff. Talk about that, the importance of that, and how effective Gruden should or shouldn't be at game planning for Justin Fields.
You mean kind of like Monday night?
Well, Herbert's second-year guy. I mean, right. But you know what I mean? But like you look at like Belichick and his track record, like he's notorious for like destroying rookie quarterbacks. I would hope and think that Gruden is capable of the same kind of thing.
Okay, so I think that it goes without saying that any team, the reason we play the game is because any team on any given day can win. There's no doubt in my mind that Gruden did all of his due diligence going into San Diego, and we got beat. We just got beat. Things just didn't flow our way. Things just didn't happen. So, yes, he's going to do his due diligence. Last year when we played KC, the first time when we beat them, the second time we thought we were going to beat them again, but everybody knows it's hard to beat a team 2 times in 1 year, okay? So, no matter what, he's going to do what he has to do to plan for this. He's gonna watch his films. He's gonna watch everything that this guy does, and he's gonna bring it to his defense. And he's gonna say, if he's going here, look for the pass this way, or he's gonna check down here, or he's gonna do whatever he's gonna do. He's gonna prep his guys to do it, whether they execute the plan or not. That's to be seen.
Right.
So to answer your question, yeah, he's gonna scheme for this rookie. You bet he is. The same way that when you have rookies in the secondary and you throw to them, everybody kept saying, well, how come Carr's not throwing to Waller anymore? How come Carr's not throwing to Waller anymore? Well, it's different than it was that first game.
Yeah, because they're keying on him, right? Yeah.
So they're keying on him. So we're gonna scheme for that, but I hope execution is here to tell later.
They should light him up, and I certainly hope that they do. Jeff, you've taken quite a few shots tonight already at Ohio State, but seriously, and I know that just like the wheel has no memory, it doesn't mean just because one player is unsuccessful, the next one isn't going to automatically be unsuccessful too. But Terrell Pryor, Dwayne Haskins, we see Ohio State quarterbacks all the time that really don't do anything fantastic at the pro level.
Yeah, I'm not ever impressed with an Ohio State quarterback.
When was the last really good one? I can't even think of one.
Yeah, I don't think there ever has been. It's fine. What I want to talk about is what we were talking about. We were talking about Gruden and scheming for Justin Fields. I'm going to tell you, this game is going to be John Gruden versus Matt Nagy. That's what it's going to be.
Well, we'll win that battle, or should.
Truth.
Matt Nagy is not a great football coach.
Matt Nagy is not a good coach, and he's not going to get his team ready. Yes. Did they win last week? Awesome. Good for you. Congratulations, man. Just a weird.
Because Robert Quinn had a strip sack to close the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. But he's not ready to coach against John Gruden. Yeah. Gruden's going to get these guys ready. Especially, everyone's going to be pissed off. I'm going to tell you, man. I really think they're going to be posting all those Twitter things that the Chargers have done.
I hope so.
They're going to be mad as hell, and they're going to be ready to come out and play. And I think we might see the first blowout of the year. You know what I mean? Because we've kept it close, and we've come back and won after being down every game this season. Yes, we came up short on Monday night, but we've been down every single game, and we're a second half team. If we can keep the game close or have a lead going into the second half, it's going to be a blowout. It's just going to be a blowout.
So it's funny you said this. So I've got some numbers here, and it's crazy. When you consider the first quarter, the Raiders scoring leaders in 2021 in the first quarter. You want to take a guess at who it is? The first quarter of the game, who our scoring leader is.
Do we have one?
Daniel Carlson.
Oh, yeah.
No
with
kidding.
3 points.
Uh-huh.
You know who's number 2? Casey Hayward with 2 because he got the safety.
There you go.
Unbelievable, right? So great point is that if the Raiders start off whatever, like mediocre, like just to start putting some points up on the board in the first quarter, then it shouldn't be that tall of a task. And I think that, we focused on John, but really Gus Bradley, like that's the guy that's got a scheme really for Justin Fields. And I think that defense that he runs is going to be able to handle business.
So Justin Fields is ranked as the number 1 quarterback to ever come out of Ohio State.
Really? No
kidding.
Followed
by Troy Smith.
Oh, wow.
Here's some names that, you'll hear.
Okay.
Not as elite by any means. J.T. Barrett, Braxton
Snooze.
Miller,
Snooze,
Terrell Pryor, Dwayne Haskins, Craig Krenzel.
Oh, my gosh.
Joe Germain.
Yeah, I remember him.
Cardell Jones.
Cardell
Art
Jones.
Schlichter.
Okay, Art Schlichter. That, you know what's funny? That's probably the best one. And he's the guy that got lost into drug addiction and gambling and like lost his career, thankfully recovered and is at a positive way his life has turned out post football. But like he was like the golden boy of football, like in the 70s or something.
He was.
I watched an
78
NFL
to 81.
There you go. I watched a thing on NFL Films about him, about Art Schlichter.
I love that. Like,
that's a great one, Mosh.
Number 4 on that list was Braxton Miller, and I think he's a wide receiver.
He played
now.
wide receiver.
He wasn't even a good quarterback.
Yeah.
He came in as a quarterback, and they were like, "Nah, you're not good. Go."
Well,
catch
that's
the
what
ball."
happened to Terrell Pryor. Terrell Pryor came in as a quarterback and then ultimately ended up playing wide receiver.
Exactly.
So like that's again, like the past is not necessarily, precedent for what's going to happen in the future. But look, the track record is not so hot, and we can only look at the future through the analog of the past, and that's the whatever.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. All right. Let's get to let's beat the Bears and reclaim the narrative. That's the way I'm going into this thing. That's the stamp I want to put on it.
100%.
Right now, we have lost the narrative of the season. It's now running with the media and Joey Bosa.
Everyone's going bananas.
Everyone's going crazy. So if we beat the Bears, we're 4-1. And especially Swaggo, if it's like what you're talking about, if it's a command performance, if it's a 2-3 score kind of win,
yes.
Now all of a sudden we've reclaimed the narrative, and then we can get this thing back on track again. And that's important, not just for us, but for the Raiders, right?
It's important for the Raiders first and foremost. Yes, let's get back on track. Let's get the job done. Let's get a dub. Let's go to 4-1. And yes, and it will calm all of us down because everyone's going nuts right now. Everyone's going crazy. Oh my gosh, here we go again.
Do you think so? Do you really think so?
Yeah, I do too.
I really do.
I do too, because here's the thing, Mosh.
You're not on the socials.
No, here's the thing.
I try.
That's right.
It's not good. It's not pretty right now.
Well, and I'll give you a prime example. So Vinny Bond Sr., who's one of the beat writers for the Raiders,
yes.
lives in Las Vegas. He's been covering the team for 2 years, okay? Mosh, he came out last week and he was like, I don't understand why fans can't turn the page. Why is this team being compared to 2018 and 2019? Hold on. So that was what his big statement was. The response to that was, well, Vinny, this is your job. And it's understandable that when you're thinking with your head, just straight, looking at it from an objective perspective, you can look at it like that, and it's a fair point what he's trying to say. The challenge for that is that, in my case, I'm dealing with 48 years of Raider fandom flowing through me. I can't not use the past as a reference to what the Raiders are. And we've had this conversation before, I think even just last week, about how when you've been dinged up a certain amount of times, it's really hard when you go into a game like Monday night that's on the biggest of stage and we shit the bed. That's really hard to not be discouraged because of what's happened in the past. I know the wheel doesn't have a memory, and I'm not getting fixated on the idea that like, oh, there we go, season's lost. I'm not that guy. But it's hard to say like, well, we've seen this happen before, and we know what it looks like in the end, and it's not pretty. So I push back on guys like that, and he's not the only one. He was just the one front and center that kind of came out with that opinion.
So my response to that would be, Raider fans don't jump ship. That we're not the type of fans that are going to say, oh, well, you talk to a lot of other people. Well, who's your favorite team? Well, I really love KC, but I also like, I also like the Cardinals, and I also like the Jets, and I got 5 different kinds of jerseys hanging up. It looks like a damn rainbow in their closet. We're silver and black.
The end.
The end. And we're going to complain, but we're not going to jump ship. And I think that's the difference.
Okay.
And, and I think that's what gives us the right to complain. People can talk about you all they want, okay, and then they're going to have to fight me.
Right.
But I can talk about you and I can talk about Swaggy because I'm your people, but nobody else better do it.
That's right.
So that's the thing about the Raiders. We can be mad at our team. Yeah, we lost a stinker. We really did, but it's the 4th game of a 17-game season.
Right.
We ain't jumping ship. We ain't pulling out our Jets jerseys.
No, it never will. And that's the thing is that I think that's an important point is that we can be critical and not waver in fandom. It's not like this silver and black heart doesn't change. I don't care if we're 0-10.
Truth.
Like in Derek's rookie year.
We'll be there next year.
Exactly. This thing does not change. Swaggo, go ahead and close us out here, and then let's get to Sea of Fans.
I think it's important to say that people are talking about 2018, 2019. Oh, people are freaking out. Oh, we're going to right back to that. We're going to compare this season to that. But we don't have the same people that we did in 2018 and 2019.
Not even close.
I'm gonna stay and I'm gonna hold my ground and say that Gus Bradley is a huge difference to this coaching staff.
Absolutely.
He's our MVP so far.
He's our MVP so far. You think a guy like that is going to roll over and say, okay, team, hey, we had a good run, man. Let's just try to get through the season. No, he's going to get the defense ready, and Max Crosby is going to unleash a beatdown on the Bears and Yannick Ngakoue and stuff like that, man. It's going to be ready. He's going to get the boys ready. They're going to be pissed off as hell. They're going to be ready to roll. I can't wait to see.
I can't wait.
So I got 2 things from the chat that I need to tell our folks. Tyrone Graves, who we're going to celebrate a little bit later on, says, "Damn right, we go down with the ship and then we start fighting the sharks."
Oh, nice,
and it's true. Ron the Materator says, "I have to admit, after the game, I pulled out my Mahomes jersey. I needed some toilet paper."
There you go.
Let's go.
There you go. And I want to highlight another one of our best friends.
Look at that right there.
One of our best friends of the show and in real life, Michelle Sweat. $50 donation to the One Nation Foundation says, I know I already have one, but I need a drink and one to save.
Oh, one to stock and one to rock, as they say.
There you go.
Love it.
There
man.
you go.
Right on, Michelle. Thank you so very, very much. So 100% of that money, y'all, if you don't know, it goes to our foundation, the One Nation Foundation. We give that exclusively to Raiders-related charities, and we started that nonprofit last year when we realized we could actually make money with this silly little show that we do in my bonus room where we rant and rave about the Raiders. But we love you, Raider Nation. That's why we do it. We have the absolute best chat room and the best community in all of Raider Nation, and thank you so very, very much. It's incredibly kind. All right, before we get into the final segment of the show, which is the Sea of Fans mailbag, where we hear from you, Raider Nation, we're going to play one more Woodson clip, and I had to close out this kind of like the Woodson segments with, of course, his final speech at his speech at his final home game in Oakland, where he addresses the crowd. And, again, if you got a silver and black heart, then this gives you goosebumps.
It's on.
Raiders fans, can y'all hear me? Hey, just one time, I need it. Raiders, Raiders, Raiders. Hey, listen, man, it's been a joy for me to come back and play here for a second time around. You guys welcome me back with open arms, as if I never left. I just want you to know how much that means to me, means to my family, my 2 boys. Man, it's been great. Though this is my last game in the Coliseum, Just know that I'll never leave you. Go Raiders.
Oh my gosh. Let's go.
Salute.
I'll never leave you, man. He couldn't have said it better. All right, let's get into the Sea of Fans mailbag. This is where we hear from you, Raider Nation. That is more of you and less of us is a good thing. We're going to hear your emails because you can email the show at RaidersFanRadio.com. That incredibly inventive address is show, SHOW, at RaidersFanRadio.com. Or you can call us 24/7, 909-345-3346. So, Uncle Mosh, let's go ahead and jump into the Sea of Fans mailbag.
Fading, looking. He's under the gun. He's tied. He throws. It is.
All right, so something really, really fun that we do around here with your emails and voicemails is that if you call us and leave a message 3 times and it gets played on the air, then we refer to you as a made man or a made woman. It means that you're like an exclusive member of the family, right? And you can also email us an indefinite amount of times to get made. And that's my new tattoo is the get made tattoo.
Nice.
You can read it there. But we want you to get made here at Raiders Fan Radio. So please participate as much as you can. Of course, we'd love to see all the activity in the chat. And, so there's a guy, Mosh and Swag, that's been really active with our show lately. And not only is he active, but now we see that his wife is becoming active in the show. So we would love her to be the 4th made woman here on Raiders Fan Radio. But for tonight, we want to give much respect, and we want to celebrate and congratulate newest made man here and Raiders Fan Radio for his incredible emails that he has sent. In fact, he won our Sizzler Award, which is the best email or phone caller of the night, and he is constantly in the chat. And so much respect to Tyrone Graves. Congratulations. You are the newest made man here in Raiders Fan Radio.
You are a made man. You showed you are part of the family by participation. By chance, a man like yourself should make enemies, then they would become my enemies. Showing you are a friend of Raiders Fan Radio, you have leapt across the line. Friendship is everything. Friendship is more than talent. It is more than the government. It's almost equal to family. Be loyal. Made man, Raider fan. Someday, and that day may never come, I'll call upon you to do a service for me. But until that day, accept this as a gift. And don't ever forget, words can hurt more, but silence can break hearts.
It's always good to have a new member of the crew, Uncle Mosh.
Mm-hmm. Salute, Tyrone. Hey, if you liked hearing Tyrone tonight, get made, hit the like button. Come on now.
Likes.
Hey, before you get to this email, buddy, I'm going to go back to the bar. I'm going to the bar because we're not just going to sip Woodson whiskey tonight. I'm going to make you a Woodson old fashioned.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
Are you going to go play bartender at the bar?
We're going to get a little fancy in here tonight, man.
So for those of you that are on the audio podcast, there is a bar right behind Uncle Mosh. And so while we're on Uncle Mosh's cam there, while he's reading emails, Swag Jeff will be back there turning up some whiskey.
I'll try not to make it too strong, but I've caught a buzz. And so the drinks get stronger at that point.
Well, I scooted over to the left a little bit, and you'll be able to see me in the corner and see Swaggy doing his best.
Oh, and Tyrone Graves throws in $10. One-time Sizzler and new made man. Raiders!
Good job.
Welcome to the crew, Tyrone. Appreciate you, my friend.
All right, so here we go. Howdy, boys. JJ Raider 26 here. I just thought I would chime in today to give a few thoughts on the game and the team. Yes, the game sucked. Let's be honest. The Chargers played a hell of a game, and it hit us in the mouth. Now we can all get pissed about it and start clamoring for heads to roll, but that's just not a realistic way to view this. We all knew that our boys weren't going to go 17-0. Personally, I'm still pretty pumped at the 3-1 start, and I don't think that the sky is falling. Here's my personal, non-professional take on the game. We lost the game because our O-line is atrocious, plain and simple. We can sit and pick apart many different facets of the game, an overturned spot on the ball, the missed field goal, etc. But to me, the O-line is the main domino that starts everything tumbling in the wrong direction. When you can't get 50 total yards rushing, it's pathetic. When the Chargers' D-line is in the backfield all night long, whispering sweet nothings in Carr's ear hole, it's going to be a long night. When you can't get a first down on your first 4 possessions, that can't happen. Now, one of the stupidest things I hear NFL players, coaches, and analysts say is, it's a simple game. Throw the ball, catch the ball, and tackle the other team. I call total BS on this. Getting 11 grown men to all perform in symmetry, overpower the opposition, and simultaneously try to confuse those 11 men on the other side of the line of scrimmage is incredibly complicated. And if one player goes down, the domino effect complicates it even further.
Yes.
Case in point, the Raiders' O-line. We are all pretty peeved about how they have played. Andre James has been awful despite the feeling that he would be serviceable this year. But we also need to consider that his 2 bookends are also brand new and are backups. I have a feeling that if Andre looked left and saw Big Richie Incognito and then looked right and saw Denzel, that it would be quite a different story. A couple of solid vets bringing a new center along is a huge difference. Not to mention the same thing with Leatherwood. A vet like Good would make a world of difference instead of the turnstile that we've seen at right guard so far.
Yes.
I don't even know some of these guys' names. At one point, Carr got sacked by a bull rush over the right guard, and I exclaimed, "Who the hell is Simmons?" He was the guard that gave up the sack. I say all of this not to make excuses, but to look at the situation with a little more balance. Speaking of balance, are we ever going to see the offense in the first half? Listen. Starting out slow, taking your time while you're feeling out the other side, and then finishing strong is exactly what my wife wants in the bedroom. But it's the last thing that you want in the NFL. It's so weird to be griping about the offense and wondering when they're going to help the defense. I was pleased with the defense for the most part. They stopped Herbert and company several times in the first half, only to have the offense go 3 and out. You just can't live that way and survive. Why not light a stick of dynamite and see how far the fuse can burn down before you chuck it? The Raiders have tried this 4 games in a row now, and today they will be wiping their backside with their non-dominant hand. Look.
This is really funny.
Look, we're just going to have to be patient with the growing pains of this offensive line. It's going to take some time, and Mayock will probably do some maneuvering next offseason. Despite this, I love this team.
Let's go.
I don't think there's too much difference amongst all the teams in the AFC West. It's going to be a dogfight to the finish. The Raiders showed true heart Monday night. They actually had the ball and were driving to tie the game after falling behind 21-0 to a strong team. Let that marinate for a minute. We all know what would have happened in years past. This team is different. This team is really good. They feel a lot like the Browns of last year. Really good, but not quite a finished product. I can't wait to see how the rest of the year goes. This team is fun. Enjoy the fun, nation. Enjoy the roller coaster ride. JJ Raider 26. P.S. Those loud shotgun-like pops that you hear are the sound of all the national media cracking their legs as they jump off the bandwagon. Good riddance.
Let's go. Nice job, man. Nice job. What a great email there. And, appreciate that sentiment for sure, man. There goes the bandwagon. Let's flush them out now. We don't need you.
Yep. Okay.
Hey, salud. And try your Woodson Old Fashioned, pal. Cheers.
Salud. Cheers.
Okay.
Woodson. So what am I drinking, Hefe? Tell them what I'm drinking.
It's an Old Fashioned, buddy.
Okay, which means?
Which means what?
It is Woodson whiskey, a little simple syrup, some bitters, and a dash of water, and some and a orange peel.
Nice. Well, and to answer Michelle Sweat's question, was Swaggy a bartender in the past life? He was not, but Murph was.
Yeah, for a long time.
For a long time.
All
right, here we go.
All right, so as you're enjoying that, I also want to, JJ Raider 26, and they're also made mention of like how fun this team is. This Raiders team is a freaking blast to watch, man. They're absolutely fun. You like that, Mosh, huh?
Is that good? He liked it. He took a second look. Yeah. Hey, before we get on to the emails, I do want to shout out our boy Mike Kraut.
You like that one? That's good.
Our boy Mike Kraut in the chat.
Oh my gosh, he just brought
who says Raiders. Cheers to what you guys do to the nation and for the One Nation Foundation. $100 donation to the One Nation Foundation. Let's go.
Beautiful.
Let's go.
Yes.
Hey, cheers to you, my friend. Cheers.
Absolutely.
And I think, I think there was another one before that, right, Swags?
There was a Tyrone Graves who
I called that one out.
Yeah, he called that one out.
Yep.
But then we got Joshua Maldonado with another $10 donation, so he's now at $60.
And he says, "Hell of an email there, celebrating JJ Raider 26." I love this. Is the best. Look, I'm going to reserve the gush because I know we're getting close on time. And we're going to go over. We're going to probably be 2.5 hours tonight. Thank you so much, man. Look, I mean, I know we got a cool thing to give away, but man, your generosity is not lost on us, and we appreciate you so very much. And this is what defines Raider Nation. This is what makes us different than any other fan base. When we say La Familia, it is no joke. PSB Sports Rough Cut coming in there with another donation of $1.99 in there. Thank you. Nobody else does this. There is no other fan base that comes through like this to give to Raiders-related charities, to celebrate community and come together the way Raider Nation does. It's a beautiful thing, and thank you so much for doing that.
Chronicles of the Black Hole says, Swaggy J, throw a roofie in Uncle Mosh's drink, and then let's start filming.
You don't even have to throw it in there. You just handle it to him.
I promised I wouldn't do what I used to do because Coach Davis's kid might be watching. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's been a minute since you went shirtless on Raiders Fan
but
Radio.
You know what? One more of these, and I did mine.
Hey. All right, Mosh, who do we got next?
Yo, what's up, Murph? Swaggy and the one and only Uncle Mosh. I hope all is well and everyone is safe and in good health. A lightning delay in an indoor stadium? I sit here and drink my coffee as I'm watching these analysts, and I'm taking notes. I think it's interesting that in all three of our wins so far, they always bring up the injuries on the other teams, but they didn't bring up ours. I won't overreact, but Leatherwood is a liability right now. He needs to buckle down because right now he's playing scared. I'm not giving up on him right now, but he better take a page out of Colton's book and put it together. Renfrow should replace Arnett since they are tied for PBU this season.
Yeah.
I was yelling at the TV screen when I saw the gunner wide open, and then here comes this guy who looks like the other guy who works at my local Safeway. Come make a play. Now, look, overall our defense was holding up, but it's hard. Where am I at? Woo, that's a good drink. Now, look, overall our defense was holding up, but it's hard when your team goes 7 drives without a score in the first half. They only gave up 7 points in the second, and that game could have been ugly if they didn't stop them in the second half. The O-line was trash, and I really don't want Jacobs out there until he's 100%. I kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
I wasn't mad at Carr because he was under pressure the whole game, but that throw to Waller in double coverage was terrible, and we're lucky it wasn't a pick six. With that being said, we went to overtime twice this year, and I knew if we started slow against this team, it would be a problem. Down 14-0 seems to be our sweet spot. 21-0, not so much. Well, now that we got that loss out of the way, it's time to get back out there and ball out. If this wasn't a family show, I would say how I really feel about Joey Bosa. Enjoy your 17 away game schedule. I will be in
nice.
I'll be in Las Vegas for the Sunday night game against Candy Reed and the Condiments, November 14th. So if anybody else will be out there, let me know. All love and respect. Ta-da, Raider.
Nice job, Ty. Awesome, man. That was good. All
right, next up. Fargo Raider here. And my hot take is that we need to stop trying to run these cute single back formations with motions to try and trick defenses. Run the ball in the I formation. Our O-line is weak, and they're not going to pick up the free linebacker, so we need the lead blocker.
The end. Done. I kind of like it that when I thought Ingold was hurt coming into this game. I mean, I didn't think he was going to play, but he's right. When they went into I formation and just started pounding the rock, we started grinding them up a little bit. That's one of the things that led to the Raiders' comeback in this game. So that's a great notion, man, that like in that John Gruden West Coast offense, yeah, I formation, pound the rock up in there. I think the issue is we didn't have a fully healthy Josh Jacobs.
Nope.
And Kenyon Drake is not the 3-down guy. Like,
yeah, and Peyton Barber now he's out for multiple weeks with turf toe.
Exactly. So Jalen Richard, where you at? Like, we need you now. You know what I mean?
Right.
We
Time
need
to step up.
Absolutely.
I've never wrote an email before, but since I have too much to say for a call, I thought that this would be best. From what I understand, we have some fools saying that we don't take this Raider life seriously, since we like to have a good time. Well, seriously, let's get serious. How about I pick up Capo, grab the Mangus twins, kick in your door, tie you up, and duct tape your mouth. Take you to a secluded area where Mojo is cooking up some crawdads or whatever the hell he cooks up, and Michelle Sweat and Stacey Ruff draws a dartboard on your backside and play a game of Around the World while catching elbows from Kiljadis' alter ego. Paul can keep track of how many times you ask for forgiveness. Ron can just chill because we don't need a moderator when it comes to you, and historian Raider Steve's grandkids can call into RFR in the future and give everyone a history lesson on why you don't cross the made men and made women.
Let's go.
Where do I get all this? I spent plenty of time in rubber rooms with just me and my thoughts. Look, I got a better idea. How about we just have a good time? Why so serious? You don't want that. RNFL. I love y'all. I'm out.
Let's go.
Coach Davis.
Coach Davis, Raider Nation for life, baby. That's what it's all about, man.
Come on.
I love that idea. Yeah, man. Look, we're going to play and have a good time, and we're going to root passionately for our Raiders. And we're
Get
gonna
over
talk
your
about
damn selves. Come on, Coach.
a lighter side journey into the dark side,
That's
Mosh.
right.
That's what we're
That's
all about.
right.
All right, we got one more to get to. Wow, it's the capo. It's the captain of the emailers.
Capo sent an email?
No. It's the
Oh.
It's the guy that's the capo's the capo of the capo. But then if you had an email capo, it would be Paul. Paul.
Evening, everybody. I hope this email finds you well. There are certain questions asked in life that are virtually impossible to answer. For example, what's your favorite film of all time? What's your favorite song? What's the best live concert you've ever been to? Or does the nursery at Philip Rivers' house have its own zip code? Or has John Elway been house trained yet? Or does he still eat out of a bucket? Well, friends, I thought of another one. Just how important to the Raiders and the NFL was Al Davis. I believe his impact and his spirit are still being felt to this day in numerous ways. His relentless energy and the way he fought for what's right, whether race or gender related, or ultimately the benefit of his beloved Raiders. They are still being felt today in some way. He lit the flame under so many issues, and like ripples on a pond, things started to happen, some of which are taken for granted by today's players and fans. The league owes him a great debt.
Let's go.
I've never managed to get hold of a copy of the book by Bruce Kebrick, John Kingdom, and Steve Corcoran, but I have got a copy of the phenomenal You Negotiate Like a Girl by Amy Trask and Mike Freeman, which is a must-read for a personal insight into the man himself. You have all those, don't you?
Yeah, I got them all. I'm going to put it up on camera here while you're reading that. We've talked to John and Corcoran. Both have been on the show to talk about their authoring this book.
Just
it's fantastic.
Off guilty. He could probably go on Amazon and get that.
Oh yeah. It's out there. Yeah, you can just Google it. Behind the Raiders Shield is what it's called.
I would love to have met that great man, shaken him warmly by the hand, and tried to let him know how much he means to us all. His influence will always be a part of the Raiders and football in general. Mr. Davis was a maverick, an enigmatic, tough, and uncompromising man, loyal to those he trusted and ruthless against those he didn't. Amen. He gave us a lot to be thankful for. He gave us the Raiders, and how do you put into words what that means? So, at the end of the day, his importance to the Raiders and the league as a whole could just be too big to quantify, which makes it another unanswerable question. I've been using a lot of quotes recently, and I've tried to avoid one this week, but it's so appropriate I had to use it. Former Cleveland Browns coach Sam Rutigliano once said, Al Davis was the kind of guy that would steal your eyes and then try to convince you that you looked better without him. On October 8th, it will be 10 years since his passing. So God bless you, sir, and thank you. Okay, I can't put Monday's game off anymore. It was a tough watch, particularly in the first half. Our young O-line was experienced. Hang on just 1 second.
Doodle-doo, 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 doodle-doo.
Okay, I'm all right.
All right, you're good. You got it.
Our young O-line has experienced some positivity during the first 3 weeks, but week 4 was a real learning experience for them. I don't know why we are starting games so slowly at this minute, and it was inevitable in the trend, as the trend continued, that at some point we would give ourselves too much to do. Monday was that game. They came at us hard and set the tempo on the first drive, and we couldn't respond straight away. An offense, anyway. DC was given little or no time in the pocket, and we just couldn't get a rhythm going. I was thinking to myself, get the ball to Waller and Edwards, and where is Alec Ingold? But the answer was the O-line being put under so much early pressure didn't matter what plays were called or what personnel was out there. Once we did get momentum and the game started to stretch a little into the third quarter, it looked like another crazy win was on the cards, but sadly not to be. I said last week we would see our true character and playoff credentials after our first loss, and here we are.
Yes.
Now we need to see a reaction, and it needs to happen against the Bears on Sunday.
The Bears.
We haven't become a poor team after one loss, so it's not the time for sulking and finger pointing. Just give your heads a wobble, fellas, and kick the Bears' ass. The most important people at the organization at this moment, though, are the medical staff, and we have to get people healthy. One other observation was, how biased and cringeworthy were the commentators toward the Chargers?
Oh, my gosh.
I was expecting to hear the theme to Love Story played every time they spoke about Justin Hebert. Jeez, guys, get a room.
I love it that you call him Hebert.
It's Hebert.
I love
It's
that.
because you know I hate the French.
Oh,
nice.
Hey, Paul. That's a call to arms, buddy.
That's a call to arms. Paul's with me on that. Paul, you're in there. You know what I'm talking about. Maybe next time you do a Raiders game, set your booth up on the opposition sidelines and be done with it.
Oh, nice.
If anybody thinks at this point I'm being bitter because we lost, you're damn right I am. I've never been a good loser, and I don't intend to start now. I've always been told never trust someone who's happy to lose and never trust a fart. Elsewhere in the league, we should have known it was going to be a crazy.
Never walk past the bathroom and never trust a fart. Oh, my gosh.
Elsewhere in the league, we should have known it was going to be a crazy weekend when the Jets and the Giants both won their games. The Donkeys finally played a decent team, and shock, horror, they lost. Plus, Vic Fangio had a boo-boo because the nasty Ravens didn't take a knee with 3 seconds left, fool. Finally, this week, during episode 219, we hit a Sizzler milestone that's worth mentioning. If we include the winners of the award that are no longer eligible, then Tyrone Graves was the 50th different person to win the coveted award and was the 125th award handed out in total.
Wow. How cool is that, man?
Tyrone.
That's awesome.
I hope your lady's still listening because it just keeps getting better for you, brother.
Oh, that's awesome. Did you lose your spot?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all right. We'll recover. So in the chat is cracking me up. So Aaron the Q-Dog Raider says Mosh declared war on the French, and Kiljada said Paul is getting his longbow ready.
Oh, nice.
That's funny.
I shoot a bow too, Paul. I'm in there. Houston Raider Steve is still the Sizzler King, though, for now. Stay safe, RFR family. Love you, Raider Nation. His Lordship, the Royal Scribe, Paul Egerton from Shropshire, Mississippi. Pauly Award winner 2019, Foggy Glasses Award winner 2020, BRT Sizzler scorekeeper, proud made man, five-time +1+1, winner of the Raiders Fan Radio BRT Sizzler Award.
Paul! Paul!
Paul!
Paul! Paul! Paul! Paul! Paul! Paul! Paul! Paul! Paul! Paul! Claude! Claude! Claude!
Paul?
Paul! 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 Paul!
Paul? Your name Paul?
Hello?
Paul? Hello? Paul?
I met him with Paul. Who? Paul.
Paul, yes, Paul.
Paul's not here. Hey, Paul. Paul.
Hi. I'm Paul.
All right, Paul. Hey, so let's go to speaking of math and updates and all kinds of stuff like that. Swaggy J, give us an update on where we are, bud.
Absolutely. So, Pineapple B122.
My man.
Yeah, man. A $30 donation to the One Nation Foundation.
Oh, wonderful.
Coach Davis with a $20 donation
Come
to the
on,
One Nation
Coach.
Foundation. Big Bass Raider says, milestone is now hit. Raider Nation, let's go. $20 donation to the One Nation Foundation. Our numbers rising up, man. This is awesome, man. Let's keep it coming, man. We got a little bit of time left in the episode. Let's go, man.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. We've got some monster donations in there. And again, your generosity is not lost on us. And thank you so very, very much. Mark Thompson is in there. Coach Davis, Joshua Maldonado, Kiljadis, Pineapple B122. Paul, Julian Cardenas, Tyrone Graves is in there. Ebony Graves, his lovely wife is in there. Pirate 1975. Coach Davis, did I say that yet? Man, so many great folks in the chat room, and we appreciate each and every one of you. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the calls. So again, you can call that Raiders Fan Radio hotline anytime. 24/7. It's 909-345-3346. That's 909-345-3346. Weather on the 8s, traffic on the 9s. Join us here in the Fan Cave each and every Wednesday.
You're being silly, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that too silly? I need to be.
No, you're being silly. Talk about the Raiders.
All right, F your team.
Hey, there you go.
Was that better?
Where's Hefe tonight?
Where's Hefe and KC? Because
He's
really,
he's been in there.
Is he in there?
Is he?
He's been in there.
Okay, because for real, F your team, Hefe. All right. let's go to the guy that leads the crew. Every crew needs a captain. He's the capo. He is Aaron the Q-Dog Raider and always kicks off this thing.
Read what he just wrote in the chat.
What, peace?
No.
What?
He says, breaking news, France surrendered to Raider Nation following an act of aggression by Uncle Mosh, dubbed the Bourbon Incident by historians from Houston to the Himalayas.
Oh, that's awesome. That's, of course, our capo, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, but Kefe KC in there threw up the peace sign. So,
Ebony Graves. Ebony Graves, Tyrone's wife, says,
I love it.
my love hits all the milestones.
Let's go.
$10 donation to the One Nation Foundation.
So cool, man. That is so cool. We cannot appreciate your support enough. Man, that's awesome. That is so cool. Thank you very, very much. And and Hefe and KC, it's all love from us, man. We just like to poke fun. And but you're really F your team. Okay, next up, here we go. Aaron the Q-Dog Raider.
Greetings, Don Murph, Consigliere Moss, son of Boss Sonny, Big Raider Trucker, Mojo from the Universe Speaks, Swag Jeff, Ron the Mater Raider Nation. Let's just start off with the positive. We started my day with the article written by Seth Trachman, and he's got the first quarter grades for all 32 teams, and the Raiders came out graded as a B+. That's progress. Now, what can be said about the loss of the L.A. Superchargers? We simply aren't good enough yet to spot any team the first half and expect to come back and win. This loss is definitely not on the coaches. I'll get off on this. There were several plays when an MVP was needed to extend drives and too often call number 4. But you know what? I'm still behind him. But enough with the running mascara. And enough giving this team kudos. I'm just happy that we're going to get another shot at these knuckleheads. Now, props to the refs, whether in the indoor, weather hazard delay, and being able to grab their hankies and screw the Raiders over for that crucial fourth down measurement. And then once again, focusing in on Alex Leatherwood, who struggled as a rookie, and yet allowing the Chargers to hold the condor more longly and more deeply and stronger than the back of your head on prom night. But I digress. Our quarterback situation was so bad that Damon Arnett was pressed into extended action. No one deserved to see that under any circumstances. Trade him. Speaking of douchebags, let's talk about other individuals from Ohio State University.
There we go.
Looks like the old ball coach Urban Meyer's back up to his tricks again. He just simply can't stay away from the co-eds, can he? First off, Meyer once again couldn't resist grinding it up with the co-eds in the bar and didn't have the sense enough or the judgment in order to realize that he's a public figure and could get caught on video. But just like at the University of Florida, he quit there because of heart problems, which is probably code for messing with that Lady Gator volleyball player. But he had to probably leave in order to save his marriage and continue his coaching career up at Ohio State University. Then there's Pryor, our former quarterback, who was once again arrested for hitting another woman, allegedly. Didn't he get knifed by his ex-fiancées, and that ended his career. Regardless, silver linings. Amik Robertson, third in Renfrow, Corey Littleton, Trayvon Merrick. Hey, they showed consistent fight on Monday. And maybe it's me, but I prefer Nick Witkowski in the middle over Perriman at middle linebacker.
Yeah.
And thank God we get another crack at the Bolts. Their disrespect of our organization, and Joey Bosa taking the mic, screw that dude. Hit list. Cleve Farrell finally. Damon Arnett,
Come on.
Bosa, full-grown Beetlejuice, Jared Cook, Jim Rome, Sage Steele, Mike Wilbon, Insurrectionist, and Mike Ditka. Oh, somebody has something to say. Hi. That comes from my little angel. Goodbye.
Nice. That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Nice.
Appreciate Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, of course, and that is awesome. Hey, in the chat room, Mike Kraut says he's going to be in Nashville this weekend.
Oh,
holler at me, man. Murph at RaidersFanRadio.com.
Yes,
holler
at us.
Send me an email, man.
Hey, and I want to
link
give
up.
a shout out to Graphic Raider. Graphic Raider's
Hey,
in there. What's
Graph?
up, my friend?
Absolutely.
Good to see you,
Well,
pal.
and you know what? Jack Kenna earlier in the chat said, shout out other channels. Absolutely, because we are a firm believer that a rising tide raises all ships. So
100%.
Pillaging Podcast, Graphic, Honcho, Cody,
Samoan.
Mikey, Samoan, like all those guys. We love all of them. If I missed anybody, it's not intentional.
Holy cow.
Mojo.
Well, yeah, Universe Speaks.
Yeah,
He's not a
Universe
Raider
Speaks,
fan.
not a Raider,
Yeah, of course,
but he's one of us.
He's one of us. He's family.
Absolutely.
He's family. But
and I do want to shout out again our best friend Michelle Sweat.
Man. Unbelievable.
Michelle Sweat has come in with another $50 donation to the One Nation Foundation.
Give her some applause. That's
Michelle,
amazing.
that's amazing.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much. We love you.
100% of that money goes to the One Nation Foundation, as you know, Michelle. And thank you so much. Gosh, bless, man. We are closing in on, I don't even know what that milestone is, but I know we're coming up on another one here very, very quickly.
$13 is what we need.
Okay. Thank you so very, very much, all of you. That is incredibly kind, and we can't wait to give away that signed Woodson bottle as we have celebrated the GOAT here tonight. All right, let's jump into more of these more of these voicemails. Thank you again, Capo. As always, great call, and we love you and the way that you represent the made men and the made women. Here at the top, Mosh, this is your guy.
Come on.
OG Daniel.
Love this guy.
Hey, guys, it's OG Daniel from the Chronicles of the Black Hole. I just wanted to bring something up because the young Raiders fans don't know this, but Uncle Mosh will probably tell you. The old school Raiders were in a lot of nail biters. That's the truth. If you go back and look, 75 opening day against the Pittsburgh Steelers. We were down so far, it wasn't funny. We came back and won that game in the fourth quarter. This is old school Raiders football is what we're playing right now. So you young guys, don't get your hearts are broken over the last 2 decades. I get it, but we're playing old school Raiders ball. Now, after the Baldinger commentary, Uncle Mosh kind of ruined it for me because then the next picture he gave me was an image of my head with his arms spread out like a condor gutting a box of Dunkin' Donuts. And that kind of, gave me a little bit of a shake. Now let's talk about Andy Reid. I'm glad he's okay, but he might, at this point in his life, start trying to make some different adjustments to his life. Like, you don't need to put mayonnaise on a Tylenol, Andy, okay? Now, the Chargers. Let's talk about our division, the Chargers. I call them the car chargers because they're only broken within a month. Come on. You get that car charger for your phone. A month later, it don't work. And the Queefs' mother is the AFC West. And they live in their mother's basement. Do I need to say more? And in the Donkeys, they played 3 non-factor teams. They got 4 tough games coming up, including us. They're not coming out unscathed. They are not going to have a perfect record after that. They're probably going to lose 2 or 3 of those. And also, I noticed Swaggy Jeff isn't there. Are you guys gathering up bail money? I mean, just anyway, good talking to you guys. Missed you. Couldn't be here last week. Had some stuff going on, but all's good now.
OG Daniel was on fire
He's
tonight.
so funny, man. He's great. We appreciate you, OG Daniel. Keep those things coming, man.
Hey,
I love the old school Raider takes.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Yeah, and I know
there's
Swag,
a lot of stuff going on in the chat
tons.
right now.
It's so cool.
We got so many people in there. We got Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, Renegade, David Chappelle, alleyesong.com, Graphic Raider, one of our brothers. Man, we love this guy, man. Much respect. Go subscribe to his channel, DocsENT. $20 donation
Let's
to the
go.
One Nation
Thank you,
Foundation.
brother. We
So
appreciate
you
you,
get
man.
Poker Chip 17, pal.
Absolutely. Right on, man. We appreciate you so much. And see, that's what I'm talking about, man. You lift each other up, man. This whole Raider fan created content community, man. Let's all celebrate one another and lift each other up, man. We appreciate you, Graf, so very, very much. All right. So here's a guy we hadn't heard from in a hot minute.
Okay.
Let's check in with our good buddy, made man, Adam Hill.
Go Raiders is right. What up, Mosh, Swag Jeff, Murph, freaking just out here enjoying my Raider Nation Monday. Just got off work early.
Pre-game.
I'm just excited. I'm be honest with y'all. I've been wearing the same outfit every Raider game. Undershirt, underwear.
Time to wash that stuff.
Shoes. My wife is kind of... She don't want to sit next to me during the Raider game because I kind of stink. She said, you need to wash those clothes. But I got the wind filth all over them. I got the 3-0 wind filth all over them. You know, so I'm going to try to keep this going. I'm gonna just, we got to go 4-0. We got to go 4-0. Hey, just win, baby. Freaking love y'all.
And we love you, Adam Hill. Now, wash that stuff.
Yeah.
Now it's time.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Hit the reset button.
Hit the
like
reset
rest
button.
of
Hey,
us.
that's okay. We're good, man. We're good. We got this. We're going to take care of the Bears. All right. Next up, we're going to go to the man who calls himself the northernmost Raider fan. And of course, every time he calls, he's got his buddy with him who is Raider or Macho Man Raider Savage. And he is Kiljadis up there in Alaska.
Well, so much for your undefeated regular season.
Well, so much for your positive vibes going into the game. Oh, come on. Don't you come on me. It was obvious that this was a setup for the beginning. That lightning delay was a sign of that fate was not going to be on our side. No, it wasn't. Well, that's okay because it's just one loss and plenty of football to play.
Okay, well, I agree with you on that. We have plenty of football to play. And the fact of the matter is that we needed to get this loss out of the way, too. The Chargers exposed our weaknesses. Now it's time to work on that and move forward.
Well, whoa. That's actually quite positive. Are you sick?
No, of course not. Listen, our offensive line was horrendous. And Zone D doesn't work. But you know what? It's just the beginning of the season. We could still turn this around. It's just one loss.
Well, the Chargers got lucky and lightning won't strike twice. We're gonna strike back like a lightning rod in a storm because the little wind is whipping himself to a frenzy to become a hurricane, and no umbrellas will be able to stop us. And the points will fall like cats and dogs, where Nick Bosa will be singing B.J. Thomas's Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. Ooh, yeah. If you thought that Renfrow's hit on that big pump was like thunder, you haven't seen what will happen when Crosby and Orangakwe put on the boom into the torso fervor. Yeah! The forecast is going to be pouring all day, and we'll be shouting that we're singing in the rain.
But next time we face the Chargers, we'll be in Vegas, which won't have rain, and they'll be in a dome stadium.
Well, there won't be weather possible here, and there won't be any room for the coming doom. As very soon the pain will zoom and cover L.A. like a cocoon. Before we resume our vengeful tune, we need to prepare a tomb for a team whom, or presume, that we're filled with gloom and really we're ready to consume the barely bearable bumbling band of baboons.
I get Chicago.
So get your rifles, bait and bullets, because Macho Man Raider Savage needs a new bearskin rug and some meat to make homemade Slim Jims to bring a grizzly spice to my life. Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, to bring the Grizzly spice to my life. That is awesome, man. Great job, Kill Jadis. We appreciate you so very, very much. And man, great call there, of course, from you and your sidekick, Macho Man Raider Savage. Before we move on to the last two calls, Swag Jeff, we still got more donations coming in there. Tell me about Joshua Maldonado.
Yeah, absolutely. Joshua Maldonado. Thanks for reading my email. That was awesome. I'm Fargo Raider, and I'm deep behind enemy lines, and I stay in my trusty Raider cap. I get shit from all my old Vikings fans who remember getting that ass whipped.
There we go. Absolutely. That first Raiders Super Bowl, that is Jack Tatum on Sammy White. Some of the great, so
one
good,
of the best moments ever.
Ever, man. One of the best hits in the history of the NFL. So, appreciate you, Kill Jadis. All right, we got two more to get to. All right, here we go. Crowd favorite. Now, listen, I usually make some kind of a silly comment about turning down the lights and like lighting candles, get your aromatherapy fired up. But look, sometimes this guy, like, he always just sounds cool. But man, his takes are so on point, and I love this. We're going to hear from our good friend in the Canary Islands, Raider-born Riku. And man, he's got AC/DC behind him, and he brings some freaking thunder on this one. Word.
Hey guys, Raider-born Riku here. So I'm gonna open the fridge, get a beer, and I'm telling you, losses are lessons to learn in life. Always. So let's capitalize this moment, because this is maybe it's gonna be a crucial moment. Maybe this loss is gonna open the door for a better season. We're angry. At the same time, we're hungry for a win. So let's focus. Let's keep our coldness. Let's keep our coolness. And let's go 4-1. That's all it matters. Forget about the rest. Now, John, the only thing I'm asking you is step aside a little bit, just for this Sunday. Eat some popcorns, have some hot dogs. We are in Vegas, I think, so I think there's plenty of slot machines, blackjack tables, Just enjoy your Sunday. Let the guys enjoy their Sunday. Let them have fun. Let Derek Carr coach the team and call his own play without you getting in the middle with your sleepy play. With all that said, I'm gonna open this beer. Salute. Love you all.
Oh man, so good. Salute, Raider-born Rico. We love you, man. And man, he's staying on Gruden. He's not letting up, man. He's not backing up. Absolutely not. All right, one more to get to tonight. We call him the Historian. He's our good friend, Houston Raider Steve.
Murph Mosh, Swag Jeff, Nation, Houston Raider Steve. Hey, watching the game the other night, they had a 30-minute delay. Reminds me back in the days, being at the old Coliseum, even wearing a poncho that you bought at the BART station, freezing your tail off the whole game for hours and hours, being soaked, and going over to the watching the game and everything, walking across the parking lot. You had to use the porta cans out in the parking lot, if you're lucky. Then you had a trough in the men's restroom. Now you have these luxurious bathrooms. Another thing, the ticket prices back in the day were $3 to sit in wooden bleachers in the north end zone of the Astrodome. $1 to park your car. Parking your car. You parked in somebody's front yard over there by the Orange Bowl in Little Havana, and they were cooking cabrito and hog, and you drank Fresca and Cokes out of a styrofoam thing. Ticket prices, by the way, and then these days you have to pay $98. Then you have to pay the resale value fee on top of that, then a processing fee, then the servicing fee. The food you are out there at the Coliseum parking lot or down at the LA Coliseum, and you cooked over a little grill. You had a Raiders helmet as a thing, and you're right across the street from an abandoned warehouse. Now they've got luxurious parking garages. You take the trains and everything else to get down there. So things have changed back in the day. Have they gotten better? I don't know. What say you? Goodbye. Murph, Mosh, Swag Jeff, Nation, Houston Raider Steve. I just want to add one more thing to my difference between the Oakland and Las Vegas. The difference between Oakland and Las Vegas stadiums. In Oakland Coliseum and Los Angeles Coliseum, was all the puck smoke, whether it's in the stands or out in the parking lot. And I guess we're going to have to recreate that inside the new stadium with the air conditioning. The other thing is the shot stick at the La Familia tailgate. It went on forever out in the parking lot there at the old Oakland Coliseum. So those are my differences between the Las Vegas and Oakland. What started in Oakland, or what ended in Oakland, or whatever. What ended in Vegas started in Oakland, whatever that.
Or you're close.
Bye. Started in Oakland, is now in Vegas.
Keep trying, buddy.
Try again. I know. I love that. So, Mosh, I'm throwing to you on this one. You would know nothing about weed smoke in the Oakland Coliseum. Or did you and your brothers
created some of those clouds?
Invent it. I love the two that and speaking of that, talk about just real quick before we close this thing out. Tell us about what the rules used to be about bringing beer in.
So the rules were you could bring in your own beer if you had it in milk jugs. So it wasn't uncommon to go in and buy like 6 40s and 2 gallons of milk. And you pour that milk out in the parking lot and then fill the milk jugs up. Yeah,
because as long as it was a plastic container.
As long as it was a plastic container. You couldn't bring in a thermos. You couldn't bring in. It had to be a plastic container.
Oh, my gosh.
You know how many plastic containers I saw get thrown from the third deck?
And by the fourth quarter, it's probably warm.
Fourth quarter? Oh. I'm talking before the first half.
It's all warm.
Fourth quarter. And there was not, and people can say what they want about Oakland Alameda County Coliseum, but I saw more joints get passed that, and it didn't matter, because if you lit a doobie and you were on the end row, you better bogart that thing for a minute, because it ain't never coming back, because it just keeps going. It just keeps going. So you didn't even have to bring anything with you. You could see it. God forbid you should ever have to do a deuce, because if you went into the bathrooms, there was always the people that didn't know better that were slipping doobies underneath the things, right underneath the stalls, when everybody else is just smoking at the trough.
Oh my gosh! Oh, I'm dying. Oh my gosh, that is so fun. I love those stories about the Coliseum back in the 70s, man. It's literally was the Wild West back then, man. It's so freaking cool.
And let me tell you, some of those jugs that would get chucked.
Yeah.
They didn't all have beer in them.
Because afraid to go to the trough, huh?
Because you didn't want to leave.
Oh yeah, you had to throw stuff at well, I guess who? Maybe the Yankees or whatever.
It didn't matter. It didn't matter.
Because you guys went to A's games, you went to World Series.
That was back when people were flinging bottle caps. People would shoot bottle caps off their fingers, and bottle caps would because we always sat at the top.
Top of the third deck behind home plate, right?
And then frisbees were a big thing for a long time. How far could you throw a frisbee? But it was just it was the Wild West. It was wide open all the time.
Oh, I love that.
It was so much fun.
That's the best. I'll never forget being a kid sitting in that spot where you all used to sit in the upper top of the third deck at an A's game, and in between innings, Vince DeFranco launched a frickin' frisbee and it landed on the pitcher's mound.
Yeah.
And everybody went nuts.
The whole place.
The whole place went nuts.
And it was in an A's game. So all 700 people that were there thought it was really badass.
Yeah. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Those old stories are the best, man. All right. So we're getting long on time tonight. Uncle Mosh, who do we have tonight for the best emailers and phone calls?
So Capo started off with a hilarious take on Urban Meyers.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me. OG Daniel. We're playing old school Raiders. I love that guy. I love OG, man. He's my guy.
Great, yes.
And he hit me with that. I almost peed a little bit. When he hit Andy Reid's got to quit putting mayonnaise on Tylenol. Adam Hill. Same clothes. Adam, it's time to do the laundry, my brother. Kill Jadis. He said the lightning was a setup. And then he ended it with Macho's great rhymes at the end there. Fantastic job. Rinko, drinking beer, discussing the benefits of a well-played loss. Houston Raider Steve's flashbacks to old school calls. Houston Raider Steve doesn't call for a lot, but he's calling for more weed clouds within the confines of the Death Star. But tonight's Sizzler, let me get my tonight's Sizzler goes to my brother, OG Daniel.
Oh! Nice.
Mayonnaise on a Tylenol. That should get the Sizzler and the fat, because nobody that ain't fat doesn't do that. Oh, what happened?
I am the Sizzler.
Oh, you already hit that one.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, that's okay. There you
We
go.
are Metallica, and we are here for your
Oh, my gosh.
Oakland Raiders!
You know why we out here, and we ain't playing around today.
From The Walking Dead to errant Jedi Knights,
you know,
Raiders fans are a rogues gallery.
Hunter Renfrow.
Oh, Renfrow. We were talking about the Doobie Brothers, right?
Yeah.
And I used to watch, this is going to crack you up, but the Doobie Brothers used to play in Santa Cruz all the time for free.
All the time.
Yeah.
Loma
and
Prieta, my mountain home, right?
All the time. But they used to play on the beach and the boardwalk there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that was the first time I ever saw the Doobies when I was just a kid.
Oh, nice.
You know, and then I about 25 years later, I ran into Michael McDonald in the Atlanta airport. And I'm
Really?
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, and I recognized him, right? Because people weren't recognizing him later on. They were
Yeah.
I recognized him right off. And I'm like, I go up and I shook his hand. He's a little guy, right? And I go up and I shook his hand, and I'm like, man, I used to watch you all the time when, back in the late 60s, early 70s when you used to play on the beach and board. He goes, yeah, I remember you.
Nice.
No, you don't.
No, you don't, but that's a great line.
Yeah, but he goes, yeah, I got you, though.
Oh, that's
And
a
I'm
great
like,
line.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yamo be there himself. All right. So let's close this thing out. We're at 2.5 hours tonight. Thank you. First off, before we get to this last segment, thank you, Raider Nation. Thank you, everybody in the chat room. We appreciate you so very, very much. Swag's getting ready to cover it, but just before we do that, I want to tell you we appreciate all the amazing donations tonight.
Yes.
All the amazing community that is in our chat. We have the super chats are so big, they're still up there. Ones that got posted like 45 minutes ago. So thank you to those of you that have contributed tonight. 100% of your money goes to the One Nation Foundation. We're going to give away that Charles Woodson autographed bottle of Intercept wine. But even if you don't win, know this, that all of that money goes to an incredible cause. We're giving money right now to the Bolitnikoff Foundation. We're going to give away $4,000 coming up towards the end of this month. And I'm not sure what the next thing is. We're going to continue to give to Bolitnikoff every year, but it might be the Greater Youth Sports Association. It might be the XOXO Foundation for Stabler. It might be Darren Waller's foundation. Like, we're all over the place, but it's always a Raider-related charity, and it's always a great cause. So thank you so much. Swag Jeff, let's give that thing away.
Absolutely. So yes. So if you're tuning in late, every $10 donation gets you one entry to the entry to win the Charles Woodson Intercept wine signed bottle. And we had a huge turnout tonight. We had an absolutely huge turnout tonight. We raised a lot of money. You want me to tell you?
Yeah, of course.
Come on,
Spit it
man.
out.
Oh, and tell them the total from last week. It was like $155. I forgot to mention.
Yeah, $155. This week, we raised $627.
Come on!
Yeah!
Let's go. Are you serious?
$627.
That's unbelievable.
It's
y'all.
unbelievable.
That's unbelievable.
It's
Thank you.
unbelievable.
That's like $1,000 in the last 3 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah.
Oh
Absolutely.
my gosh, you guys! Thank you so much.
Yes,
that's so humbling.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
incredible.
All of this goes to the One Nation Foundation, which gives to Raider-related charities. Thank you so much. Let's break it down.
All right, here we go.
Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, $20 donation. Pyron 1975, $10 donation. Renegade, $20 donation. Schmucky the Raider Bear, $30 donation.
I love that.
Tider Raider, $10 donation. Tyrone Graves, $30 donation.
Come on.
Daniel Mangus, $20 donation.
Come on.
Kill Jadis, $10 donation. Hashtag one chip gang.
I love that.
Pineapple, $30 donation.
Yeah, tell him
it was
Pineapple.
3.5. He donated $35. 3.5. Coach Davis, $20 donation. Ebony Graves, $10 donation.
Awesome.
Graphic Raider, our boy, $20 donation.
So cool.
Let's go to the big spenders.
All right.
Josh Maldonado,
There you go.
$80 donation.
Whoa.
Yeah. Ron the Materator, $50 donation.
Nice.
Woo. Mike Kraut, $110 donation.
Come on, brand new
let's
guy.
go, Mike.
Yeah. Big Bass Raider, $60 donation.
All right, let's go, Big Bass.
Michelle Sweat, $100 donation.
Come on,
Bucks,
Michelle.
man. Thank you, Michelle.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. All right, so go over there to Mosh's camera. Mosh, mix them up, pull the chip, crack them knuckles, get it ready to go. Oh, this is awesome. I love this, man. It's so fun.
We need a drum roll, Hosh.
I know,
I mean on our board.
Yeah, I know. I need to get you one. I could probably play one. Sorry, I thought that was my cue. All right, here we go.
Show
the chips in there. Yep. And then after the winning one gets pulled, make sure you show the list. We always want to stay on the up and up above board around here is what we do.
All right.
Yeah, here we go.
So I'm digging. I'm going deep. Let it go. First time in my life. Okay, here we go. I gotta quit drinking on Wednesdays.
That
I got it.
Okay.
Yes, Josh Maldonado, you're correct.
Oh my god.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Let's see what we got.
All right.
Okay, hold on. Single or double digit?
Double digits.
Okay.
Holy shit.
That means it's one of the big numbers. All right, what's the first one?
It's a 1.
Okay, of course.
No shit. No shit, Murph.
I'm trying to build some suspense, Swag.
Paul Egerton says RFR after dark.
Yeah, it is. All right, here we go. All right, so it's got a 1 in it.
It's got a 1 in it, and there's 2 digits.
Is it higher or lower than a 5? The second
It's
number.
lower.
Oh.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Ready?
Yep.
Drum roll. You want to show your list? You want to show your list
show
first?
the list first.
Show the list first.
Yeah. Good call.
Let's do that.
I like the
From
drama.
10 up.
This is like when we show our cards at 3 card when we play.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to switch to Jeff's camera. Sorry, I got caught up in the action there. All right, here we go.
There's the numbers.
Okay.
You
From
see 'em?
from 1 to 17.
Okay.
Those are the numbers.
All right.
And the number is the winning number.
Okay, Mosh.
Number 12.
Oh!
Sweat.
Michelle Sweat.
Let's go.
Michelle Sweat has won the
Wow.
signed. Okay. Holy
All right.
cow.
What?
No, I'm just saying.
That's
holy
cool.
cow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. So,
So-
congratulations, Michelle. She says the suspense. Congratulations, Michelle
Sweat.
That is
Who is
incredible.
now
2 weeks in a row?
2 for 2.
She's 2 for 2. So
She's
got
2 for 2.
What was it? Did she win an autographed bottle of Woodson wine before?
No,
No,
she's
she won the helmet.
this.
Oh, show him, Jeff. Show him.
Because we haven't had to ship it because she lives in our
Oh, that's
town.
right, yeah.
The Jim Motto signed mini
So we
helmet.
need to give that to her, and then we need to give her the freaking bottle of wine. That is unbelievable.
And then we've got some
Unreal.
other stuff for our other.
yes. So who are the next 2 high bidders?
The next 2 high bidders. So Michelle Sweat had $100. The biggest bidder of the night was Mike Kraut at $110.
Mike Kraut, email me, show@RaidersFanRadio.com. Email me your shirt size, please, and your address, and I'm going to send you a Raiders Fan Radio shirt. And who was after that, Jeff?
After that was Josh Maldonado.
Josh Maldonado. Email me, show@RaidersFanRadio.com or Murph@RaidersFanRadio.com. And same thing, address and shirt size. We want to honor those amazing donations that you all gave tonight. I'm going to send you a Raiders Fan Radio t-shirt. We thank you so very, very much. That is awesome, y'all. Raised a bunch of money tonight for a great cause. All that goes to the One Nation Foundation, man. That is so cool. So cool.
Hey, so we're getting ready to wind it down here, ladies and gentlemen. We would appreciate you a ton if you would smash that like button.
Yes.
Hit the button.
Murph would say, hit the button. That's what the kids say.
Press
Yeah,
the
they do.
damn button, nerd.
Yes, absolutely. All What are we doing now?
I'm trying to hit that.
All
I'm
right.
trying to hit the damn button, nerd.
Thank you for tuning into this episode of Raiders Fan Radio. You can always reach us anytime, 909-345-3346. Call us, email us, show@RaidersFanRadio.com. And before I turn it over to Swag Jeff, I want to thank Will Compton. Respect. Check out the next episode or two of Bussin' with the Boys. You might hear a little Raiders
Raiders Fan Radio shout out, bruh. Absolutely. You know we're for the boys here at Raiders Fan Radio.
Boys,
and we're going to hook our boy up every time we can. Hey, thank you very much to everyone who's joined us in the chat. Mark Thompson, Michelle Sweat, Pineapple, David Chappelle, B. Al, Franklin83, Killed Jadis, Tyrone Graves, Paul from Shropshire, Mississippi, Mike Kraut, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, Pyron 1975, Ebony Graves, Tyrone Graves. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Rico.
Oh my gosh, Raiderborn Rico's in there. $627 tonight, boys.
Gosh. That's
that's
freaking
unbelievable,
cool,
man. All this goes to the One Nation Foundation, where we will give to a Raider-related charity. My gosh, it's unbelievable. We are so humbled. Uncle Mosh, take us home.
Man, what a night. What a night. Congratulations, Charles Woodson. Happy birthday tomorrow, my brother. And, we just want to say thank you to all the folks that donated. And, tonight you've been listening to my little buddy Swaggy J and my nephew Murph. And you got your old Uncle Mosh here. You've been listening to Raiders Fan Radio, where we take a lighter side journey into the dark side. Now listen up, Houston Raider. What happens in Vegas started in Oakland.
Yeah, it did.
Mojo, I know you're out there. Tell them all. Adios, malingerers. Good night, everybody. Stay safe.
Happy birthday, Charles Woodson.
Good night, YouTube.
Good night. God bless.